I don't think
Here, they're
so.
still using a very archaic communication system. They're expecting people to still be watching broadcast TV and getting the information from there. And nobody watches broadcast TV anymore, and
The
nobody
old timers watch it,
reads
don't
the
they?
paper. Sometimes.
Yeah,
Not
y'all
all
still
of
have
them.
papers, like physical sheet papers.
Yeah, you can buy those still.
Huh.
I mean, nobody actually does. I mean, well, maybe a couple of people still buy them, but not really.
You know what they do here, and I hate it. I wish I could opt out, or sometimes I fantasize about like boxing it all up and shipping it, I guess, to the post office itself. But I get like just reams of paper of just like ads, magazines telling me what's for sale. You know?
Oh, the junk mail stuff.
Yeah.
Does that actually come as post, or is that just some letterbox dropper putting it in your
It's
in your
yeah, the
mailbox?
mailman stuffs it in there,
Oh,
or the mail
so
woman.
it's actually sent via post. Huh.
Hold
No,
on.
we have like
Yeah, it's addressed to like it won't say my name. It'll just be like have the numbers and the my address, but not my name. And everybody
no,
gets it.
yeah, okay.
I mean, like the amount that
Yeah.
she must have in her car every day, and I can't get out of it. I mean, like I ought to just start
You can't
collecting
opt
it.
out.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
There's got to be a way to opt out.
Well, not necessarily. Not if the post office is getting some payment to make sure that it goes in the box. I think I tried to get out of it. I used to have a really nice, like right now I have a rural letter carrier, and when I lived inside Lafayette proper, I had a real mailman. Like this lady doesn't wear a uniform, and she don't have a state vehicle. She has her own vehicle, and she dresses like she's not a postman. Anyway, before I got her, I asked him, the official guy, who was really cool. Hey, can you stop? Can you stop putting this stuff? And he told me like, no, everybody's gotta get it in their box. So.
There's no opt out. That's weird.
Well, I mean, he could have been mistaken,
Okay.
and it was years ago. It was like 5 or 6 years ago. But as far as I understand it, no, I can't opt out.
Huh. All we have to do here to opt out is we just put a sign on our mailbox that says no junk mail, and then it's illegal.
Okay, well maybe y'all do have the best nation in the world, TM. Maybe. They just have to put a sticker on their box that says no thanks, and then it's illegal if they get it.
How does the mail carrier know what's junk and what's not?
Oh, they know.
It's not addressed to us. It's not
It's not
addressed to us.
It's not addressed to them.
So it's not the post office doesn't do it. It's some other person dropping stuff off.
Ah, okay. Well, that's a huge difference too. Yeah. So it's like basically like somebody sticking flyers in your
Yep.
thing.
Yep. And so if we have a sticker on there and they stick it in your mailbox anyway, the company gets a $50,000 fine.
That's a big fine.
Yeah, so no one's about to do that.
Ooh, I need to donate 4 more donations, and I'll get half a gold bar. I wonder if I have 4 things to give over. It
Do you
happened.
want to add Sarah into the party?
Oh yeah, for sure. It happened faster than you thought it would in Australia, didn't it, TJ? Like them
do you
closing
mean?
down the stuff? Are they closing down
What?
quicker than you thought they would?
to. They didn't expect to close it down so quickly either. It was more just everyone was flouting what they were told to do, so they had no choice, I guess. And they're calling these stage 1 restrictions, so they.
Well, they'll probably they will
they're
probably
leaving
ramp
the
up
door
pretty
open.
quickly, and it feels like, man, I don't know. It feels like our restrictions have, I guess, come on slowly, but it was only like what 2 weeks ago that everything was normal, I guess. I mean, or everything was perceived as normal. I think it was what, not Friday, but the Friday before that they canceled school. So
These
that's
schools are
not
still
even 2
open
weeks
here.
ago.
Everyone, for some reason, the media here are obsessed with closing schools. I don't know why. But schools are still open here. There's no reason
Well,
to close them. It
I
would
think
be
when
it would be a
school-
mistake to close them right now.
The children are usually, I think, a lot more people don't show symptoms than we're even told. But I know children don't usually show symptoms. So I guess
they're
the
asymptomatic, yeah.
the idea is you don't know these kids. You don't know these kids. They could all be sick, which would get everybody sick, I guess, is what they're thinking. I don't know.
So, I mean, I guess you also have to think about it from a logistics standpoint, right? So, when children are going from home to school, home to school, home to school, they're less likely to be in a position where they're going to contract it because they're not out and about and exposed to the public. And
Well, I think if they're not
then you
going to
al-
school, because of a disease, they should be at home for sure. That's like a starting
but
point there,
think of-
right?
You know, like if they're going to be at home, not for one, you have to consider that some parents, you're going to have to go to the shop. You're going to have to bring the kids with you. So now the kids are exposed to the public in a major way. But then you also have to think about, well, what about parents who can't take time off of work right now to be there with their kids? They have to be because they're in essential services or something like that, and they just can't. So they have to send those children to an elderly relative who is now at major risk of developing.
What if they don't
serious
have an
complications
elderly?
because of it.
Like, a lot of people here don't have grandparents. I mean, like, what
Yeah.
if you don't have grandparents to take it?
But I guess some will, and that becomes a risk factor, right? And then you also
Right.
have so they were saying here, when we close schools, or if we ever close schools, they're predicting around a third of all health workers will have to take time off work. So you've just
Sure.
taken a third of your first responders off of the ability to respond to.
But can't the state then just conscript the health workers and like take all the children to, like, I don't know, like a stadium or something, like some staging place? We'll have your kids here and then just
I don't think that'd be constitutional.
I didn't
think-
realize y'all had a constitution.
Oh yeah, we have a.
Well, I guess every
really
nation
solid
has a constitution, right? Yeah.
UK doesn't.
Okay.
The UK don't. They don't have a Bill of Rights and they don't have a constitution. They
Oh.
have something similar to a constitution,
And they
but
have
it's
a
not really
king
one because
or
of
a
monarchy.
queen. Yeah.
Queen, yeah. And that's why they don't have a constitution, because they have a direct monarchy.
Yeah, if
that
I was a
takes over them.
king, I wouldn't let my people have a constitution. I mean, I wouldn't hurt my people, but I wouldn't allow them to have a constitution. I mean, am I really even a king if I let that happen?
Exactly, yeah. So, I don't know. Then there's also like economic detriment if you take children out of schools, because now you've got a huge portion of the workforce that are
Sure.
now
I
not
get
being
you, TJ.
productive
It's a huge, it's a whole bunch of huge problems. I understand.
Yeah, so I mean, different countries look at it in different ways, I guess, and for Australia, we're looking at it like, well, you know, the benefits of taking children out of school don't outweigh the negatives for it. The negatives are far outweighing. So as far as, you know, from a national standpoint, we're thinking about it. So we leave them in school. They seem safer there.
Yeah.
With that said, parents are, you know, they're always able to just say, hey, I don't want to take my kid to school right now.
Sure.
And the school will just send them homework and, you know, away they go. So they've got that option if they really want to, if they're really concerned or whatever. They have that parental right at all times. So.
Do you think they're going to eventually close schools, or you think y'all will make it all the way to the through the school year without closing down?
I don't know. I suspect that... So we have holidays coming up. We have Easter holidays coming up. I suspect that we will... we'll definitely make it to those. They're coming up the end of next week. And then I suspect we'll reopen when that reconvenes 2 weeks later. I think the school holidays will be interesting. They'll kind of show people why we don't want to close schools, and that debate might end pretty rapidly afterwards.
You guys will get out of the schools. Will let out for Easter?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Or 10 days, I think it is.
Sorry,
it's 17 days.
Do you let children out for like any Islamic holidays, or is it just
Nope.
Christian holidays?
It's just holidays I don't celebrate.
Well, I know you don't have a soul, but your nation, like y'all get out for Christian holidays. Y'all saw like
Yeah,
kids let the kids out.
Although they've stopped calling it the Easter break, they've started calling it April break now.
Ah, well, we all know what it is. It's about the resurrection.
I call it Chocolate Day, not Easter. It's Chocolate Day. It falls on the Monday. So on the Monday, all the chocolate goes on sale. So we call that Chocolate Day, and that's when you can buy chocolate.
You get. Does the Easter rabbit visit your children?
No, we just go to the store on Chocolate Day when all the chocolate is a quarter of the price that it normally is, and we buy a ton of chocolate. They get to pick whatever they want, and then.
But they've never known the horror of like a rabbit like sneaking into their house in the night and leaving them stuff. They don't know that.
No.
I mean,
no.
Hades was never into that stuff. It was just like full of crap.
No Santa then either, right? I guess.
Nope.
We hate Santa.
No Santa.
I knew not a priest, but a preacher. I'm sorry.
We call him Christian man. Christmas man.
That's cool. The only person I've ever known who didn't allow like tell this, you know, the weave the web of Santa was a preacher. My family, extended family, really on both sides, but I guess more on my maternal side, were real hardcore fundamentalist Christians, right? Like no TV because TV's sinful. Women don't show your elbow because that kind of looks like a titty. Stuff like that. And you know, they could see. I mean, there is a lot of like decadence and sinfulness in media today. So I understand where they're coming from, but they're really far gone. Anyways, one of the preachers that was attached to this church wouldn't do Santa Claus for his children, and that was because it's a sin to lie. It's a lie you tell your kids. Plus, you're detracting from, you know, the idea that, hey, this is really about, you know, the Son of God. But I always thought he was a loon, man. Like, I mean, such a short.
I can respect him. I can respect that position.
Well, we're all kinds of people.
I feel like that's the most honest preacher that I've ever heard of.
Well, he also picked out his daughter's panties to make sure that they weren't like getting any kind of weird ideas about, you know, sexy panties. So I mean, like, You don't know the people we're talking about, right? I mean, like they're all. I mean, he was a weirdo.
Just that one position, though. Just that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Position,
That Jesus or that Santa position. I can understand it. And respect that. Not necessarily from him for his reasons, but for the reasons of just like, hey, this child is a person. And I'm gonna treat them like they're full-fledged person or whatever. Be the best example. That's fine.
Yeah, it's kind of what we said.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Sounds like what y'all are doing. But I would never deny. I mean, my kids know about the lie now. It's really just been like in the last year or so. But I wanted them to have like sorcery in their childhood.
Yeah.
And I think they're better off for it, but it's all kinds of. We need all kinds of people that got to have Santa and that didn't. I pay my kids less money now that they know about the fairy, the tooth fairy. I used to drive around to get golden coins from the bank because most banks don't have them, and to help, sell the story, I would only ever give them like these metal golden dollars. Not real gold, but they're painted to look gold, but they're real currency. And I would go all over the place to scrape them together when they would lose teeth. And I don't do that. Now they just get credit card money or paper money, and they get less. Like the tooth fairy might be able to come up with $5 for a tooth, but I ain't gonna pay that. So,
you get a gold coin over here.
Yeah, or the gold coins either. Yeah, I ain't going out for golden coins. No way.
All of our $1 and $2 coins are gold.
Okay. Yeah, so y'all know exactly what I'm talking
they've all
about.
got like they're not painted gold here. They have like an actual like portion of gold in them.
Oh, like a microscopic layer, or like.
Yeah. They're like gold leaf.
Sure. Okay, like in Goldschlager. That's the
yeah, so they're actually gold.
Yeah. Think about how much Corvid is on smeared on the paper money right now. Bet it's everywhere.
We don't. Yeah, we have plastic money, but nobody really uses real money anymore, either. Like we have the gold coins and stuff, but it's always like, oh, I guess I better go to the bank and get some money out, and then go to the store and buy something so I can have some change.
Are y'all's drug laws? Are y'all allowed to like take drugs and buy them, or is that all black market stuff?
That's all black market stuff.
Okay. What about prostitution? Y'all have? It is legal.
That's legal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's legal and regulated.
Well, I'm sure that the
a
drug market is probably still dealing paper money, right? I mean,
maybe, not necessarily. I mean, look, everything here is. They reckon it's 98.9% of all transactions in Australia are electronic.
Yeah, and I guess you could probably like PayPal your drug dealer, probably. Like if you bought a bag off, if you bought
100%.
something off somebody, you just PayPal them. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
We have a thing called Beam It here. It's kind of the same sort of thing as
PayPal?
Vimeo, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's Vimeo?
so
I thought Vimeo was like video.
Oh, not Vimeo. Not Vimeo. The other one, the one by PayPal, but you use it to share money with people, with your friends and stuff. It's kind of like that, but it comes just directly out of your bank.
Okay.
And and the transaction occurs within like seconds.
I think my wife uses something like that. Like my kids have accounts, and like when she wants to pay them for doing something, or if she has to give them money, she just pecks on her phone for a second, and then they look at their phone and they're like, "Yeah, there's my money."
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's
I don't do that.
That's the norm here. That's just what you do. Yeah. See, everyone, it's mandated here. Everyone has to have a bank account.
Really?
Yeah. You can't choose to. Well, you could choose to not have a bank account, but you couldn't earn any money without one.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I'm surprised that hasn't happened here yet. 'Cause I remember thinking, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, whenever I first started seeing like direct deposit, the kook in me was like, this is how they're gonna control us, you know, like we're all gonna, this is the only way we're gonna get paid. I guess they did it. They did it to you, and now you can't even go to a temple. They took away your temples.
I was incredibly surprised when they. Oh, someone's gonna kill me.
Are they?
Oh,
Yeah, he's holding his gun up. Where?
I'm at my camp. I just realized that y'all are all three of y'all are like to the west of me. South.
He was out fishing. He was out fishing with some guys who were gonna try and kill him. So we killed them all for him.
Wait, Tristan was fishing and people sat on him?
Well, they were all kind of hanging around him. They hadn't noticed him yet. He was just standing on a dock, so we just killed them all.
You and Sarah, or you and him, or all three of
Yeah.
you?
Well, no, Tristan just kind of was fishing.
Oh, okay. I need to go swim. I need to swim like 200 yards. You want to go swimming with me?
We already did the 500-meter swim.
Oh.
But I'll take you. Are you gonna get on my horse, or no? You're gonna get
Yeah,
on your horse?
I'll ride with you.
Oh shit.
Actually, TJ, why don't you get off your horse and why don't you ride mine, and I'll ride with you. What's that, baby? I could eat a little something, yeah. Thank you. We're having
Gary's going to get jealous.
gyros, I think.
I
Heroes.
think we call the. Oh, is that like a sandwich?
Yeah, it's like one of those Mediterranean or Lebanese sandwiches where they like. It's usually like. I'm sorry.
In the pita bread.
Yes. Yes.
We
Pita.
call those a kebab.
A kebab. The kebab here is when like.
We have to defend this campsite, apparently.
Okay, I can do it. A kebab here is just like a bunch of meat or vegetables, like impaled and then cooked, as I understand it. Kill the horse, be dishonorable. Every horse must die unless it's attached to my friends. Whew, the bodies just stack up at these things. And they'll wipe a lot of them, too.
Is it just me who's now underneath the map?
Yeah.
Are you, like, twirling like a rag doll?
No, I'm just standing there. Oh, now I'm back on top.
Sometimes, it's been a long time, but sometimes I'll just, like, when I spawn in, I'm just, like, free-falling through a void.
That happened to Sarah yesterday.
Yeah. It looks cool, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Did you ever hit the ground?
No, I just kept falling and then it just went to black.
Oh, and you got booted out?
Yeah.
That's not fun. I wish there were more ladies in this game to kill, like Trons. You know, there's never like Trons that are like, you know, popping off to you. You know how like when you're riding on the trail and some dude might be like say something ugly to you. You know what I'm talking about? And then you can shoot them or ignore it or whatever. I wish there were
just shoot him
more
regardless?
women. Oh, I'm sorry. You could have had that body.
I just shoot them all.
I do that.
Whenever I see the people.
I'll do that if I get
you
in
just
a
loot them.
mood. But my point is, like, there's no women, really. There's no bad actors that are women in this game. Like, there's women hanging out around the towns a little bit, but they don't.
No any Oakleys.
Right. There's no kissing Kates.
I mean, there are some bounties that you have to get that are women.
That's true, and I always go for those when I see them. But just like Trons floating around the game. And I mean, I guess
there aren't there aren't many women trons in general, right?
That's my
Other
point.
than,
That's my whole point.
like even if you go into a town, you don't really see that many women in there either.
Not very many, but that is where you will see them if you're
And
looking
do you
for
know
them.
what you never, ever, ever see in this game? And I wish you would see it in Rockstar games. You never see children.
Well, there's a reason for that, though, and that's because they can't have footage
there's
of
some-
people killing kids on YouTube or whatever.
I think it's also there's a law you can't have in your video game that people can kill kids, but that's kind of a bit silly.
I mean, yeah, you either believe in freedom or you don't, TJ. And you were supporting the idea of not being allowed to change your own light socket. So, I mean, you should be all on board with,
I mean,
with no,
you know,
no killing kids.
It wasn't that I was supporting it. It was that I was saying there's a reason behind it. There is a reason behind it.
Sure. Well, yeah. And it probably really
Right.
does,
There are-
like,
there
keep
are a lot
houses
of-
from
there are
burning
a lot of-
down.
And there are a lot of yahoos who have no idea what they're doing and have no business changing a light socket.
Well, some people have no business seeing depictions of children getting killed. Like, it's fine for me. I can see that.
Maybe.
But some people probably shouldn't see that. You know, like
I mean,
perverts.
that's
or,
why this is this is an R-rated game. If it's an R-rated game, then you can't stand to see those depictions. Surely you can make the choice as an adult to not play it anymore.
And vegans have to watch the animals be slaughtered.
Wait, what?
Why?
Wait,
Well, I mean-
vegans have to watch. Wait, well, I do believe that vegans queue that stuff up and watch it, but they
No,
don't.
no, no,
Nobody's
no.
making them do it.
In this game,
I don't understand.
you're skinning animals. Well, you're killing
Oh
animals.
yeah, okay, yeah. I read a whole article about
Vegans have to
that.
watch that.
This guy was so
Vegans
mad.
have to watch that. Was he?
Well,
We
yeah,
were
he
actually just talking the other day about
think
how
he was
you
a
never
PETA
hear
guy.
any vegans going on about it.
He was I think he was a
Oh,
PETA
Peter's
guy,
not-
or maybe he was a He wrote like reams about
I
how
think-
it was. He
I'm
was
sure
saying
he
it was
did. He was
designed
PETA.
to desensitize people so that we'll eat even more meat. And I mean that's crazy. I mean, I know I believe in crazy stuff, but well, man, who knows? Maybe. I know we used to eat like a light breakfast.
Do you guys not eat like just a bowl of cereal?
Well, no, Americans tend to eat heavy
Piece of toast,
breakfasts, like a lot of meats and like sausages and eggs and bacon. That didn't used to be the way, but there was some farmer or livestock tycoon paid this propagandist like a huge amount of money for the time, and it worked. Overnight, Americans started eating really heavy breakfasts. I think it was like in the 30s or the 40s. That really happened. So who knows? Maybe somebody who wants me to eat more meat dumped some money in this game to make sure the skinning got shown. But I think that's crazy. I don't really believe that.
I don't believe that either. I would believe that a guy from PETA said that because PETA are crazy.
Yeah, he wrote a long article about it.
I'd believe that too.
Who's this with me?
I
I
haven't
did
looking-
swim.
Did you swim?
I did.
Did everybody swim? Oh, Sarah died.
Who
Why
killed
did
you,
die,
Sarah?
I was trying to get a boat.
And you drowned?
Drowned. Yeah, I got right up to it and then I drowned.
Okay, so y'all are both behind me. Where are you? Tristan, are you here? Where are you? Are you to my north? They have crabs in this game? Okay. Let's see what else. I'm going to look at my I think what I'd like to do with you today, the three of you, is go hunt bounties. Is everybody anybody set against that?
I'm down with that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do that now then. Well, Corvid is forcing us out and into the world more. A lot more. All right. Y'all want to do a legendary bounty? Y'all like those, right? Prices?
Yep. They give us lots of money. That's good. I want to get a tie.
You want a tie? You want to get a tie?
Yeah.
I almost ran off a cliff. You mean like a tie for your outfit?
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could give away articles, clothing.
I want to get a white tie.
We're gonna do my moonshine first because it just popped as ready, and I think it's gonna be more lucrative for everybody. And then whoever's still into it, we're gonna do bounties. That's what we're gonna do because I'm the leader. What is it, wife? Did y'all hear that, or do I? Y'all can't.
Butter jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
Do you eat it? Sarah got it. You got it, Sarah. Do you?
I don't eat it. The kids have eaten it a couple of times. Kids eat it in the UK, but I don't eat it generally.
Eat what?
Well, I don't really
Butter
think of you as an English woman. For mine, yes, they do. Their children have eaten it a couple times, and they do it a lot in the UK.
If you're talking about peanut butter and jam, we don't really eat that here. We eat Vegemite. Vegemite and jam is delicious.
It's all disgusting. Way too much sugar.
Vegemite's got a lot of sugar in it, doesn't it?
It's got a lot of salt in it. It's derived from sugar extracts, but it's like all the stuff you don't want in the sugar to like that bitters the sugar. So it's all the bittering bits of it.
Hey, Sarah, do you remember the boomerang that TJ got for me that he was going to send that he never sent me?
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember it? Do you remember it sitting on the clothes hamper for weeks on end?
I mean, we've moved house since then, so it literally could be anywhere.
You think they're together?
I just buy it.
It was in our walk-in at some point at the last house, but I don't know where it is now.
Did you get it from like a welcome center or like an abo?
No, we just buy it. We just buy it from one of those souvenir shops.
Okay. That's like a welcome center, right? I mean,
I don't know. What's a welcome? It's not like an official place that's government run or anything.
but like a tourist shop.
Yeah, you have like a whole bunch of tourist shops.
Thank you, Sarah. I like being funny. But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? You know what they are.
I know what they are. Just avos don't go around giving them out to people.
No. Okay, no. I imagine that they set up a stand at the side of the road where they know tourists are going to pass by and like sell them from there.
Probably not. No. That is. Oh.
That's what they do at our reservations.
No, they mostly just, I mean, I don't know.
They're mostly dressed like normal people and,
Just hang out with everyone else and do what everyone else is doing and whatnot. Oh man, you're not what I wanted. I thought you were a raven. Sometimes they dress in traditional stuff and do like their little corroboree dance thing, but that's usually part of like an official event.
Now, when they do protests, They don't have like
I just got kicked off.
they don't carry like spears and boomerangs and dressing like
No.
they don't carry boomerangs to the protests when they're
Tracksuit.
protesting, right?
No.
Tracksuit and shorts, whatever.
Yeah, I would totally carry one if if I was.
They just when they're protesting, they just dress like ordinary bogans, same as everyone else.
What's a bogan?
A bogan is someone uncouth who doesn't care about the way that they look.
Okay. Huh. I was a bogan for a while, man. For like, I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5 years. Tristan used to say that I dressed like a high school gym teacher. And I
Well, you know,
relished
like,
in it.
Have you ever seen somebody go out in public and they're wearing like tracksuit pants
Sure. Oh,
and
yeah.
thongs?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
thongs?
yeah. Yeah.
Or barefoot? That's a bogan.
Okay,
or like-
man. That's the best
or like
word you've
people
ever
who
taught
wear-
me, TJ. I use that, man.
Or like people who have like a mullet, that's a bogan. People who drink Victoria Bitter, that's a bogan.
I don't know what that is, but that's probably like the low end beer for Australia.
Yeah.
And I bet
Yeah.
there's a self-aware and reflective bogans, but that's not your typical
Yeah.
bogan. Most bogans don't even know they're bogans, I bet.
Probably, yeah. But the
Hey.
thing is, a lot of bogans also earn over $100,000 a year, so...
Well,
You know.
dude, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of people. Like, you can be very successful and like, yeah, not have any idea what's going on. That's like the opposite
Hey,
of
wait,
me.
why did everything just go?
I'm in my thing, but hey, I have to step away for just like 5 minutes. We're gonna stay live. I'm not gonna idle out. Please bear with me. I appreciate your patience, but I've got to step away for just a moment, and I'll be back.
Hey, Tristan,
and
did
I'm gonna
you-
unjack so that me and my family can listen to y'all talk while I'm away.
Tristan, are your cores going like gold when you drink alcohol here? Oh, is it because it's like high quality or something? Is that why I'm also getting wrecked so quickly? Okay, let's go dance and slap each other.
Getting wrestled.
Oh, there might be a...
Social
Be a fight.
distancing.
Oh.
You know.
Oh, they don't have the lines on the floor. I don't know how far away I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, that's weird.
Do you have lines on the floor, Tristan? Yeah, like when you go out in New York, do they have like lines on the floor that tell you how far away from each other you're supposed to be? Is that like... So like... Yeah,
Just
so
stay
like
away from
whenever you go to like a shop here, at all of the checkouts and self-serve POS and all of that stuff, they put lines on the floor that are 1.5 meters away from each other, so that you know how far away from each other you're supposed to stand in the queue. So nobody's like inside of that social distancing boundary. You're always like well away from each other. They just expect you guys to just... Yeah, we need the lines.
No, I have to do that. Oh.
And so, are all the stores still open in New York, or are they closing like where Chris is as well? But everything else is closed? Can you get your eyes tested right now? Because that's got that's got a doctor in it. An optometrist is a doctor. You reckon it'll get much worse for New York? We're gonna die.
Don't get on any buses, I guess.
Are the buses still running? Is public transport still going?
Hope you liked it. Thank you for the time,
Yeah.
ladies and gents.
Okay. But if it's still going, public transit's still going, how do you keep public distancing on a train or in a bus? Social distancing. But what if it's very crowded?
I guess it's like the shop.
Yeah, we went to the mall yesterday, and it's very empty. And like all the cashiers in stores that don't have self-serve POS are all like kind of on edge. They kind of want the sale because they know they need the money, but they also kind of want you to stay away from them. I feel like we should all just beat up on Chris while he's away. Just slap him. Well, I would if Sarah stopped slapping me. There we go.
Oh. Just default, I guess.
I love that while Chris is away, his character is just like, yeah, smack me in the face.
It's not letting me hit him. I think you're in the way.
That was a good slap.
No. Oh, there we go.
That was a good slap. Chris, we're beating your character up while you're away. Hey, I can move him away from the bar. There we go. He's not near the bar anymore, Tristan. We should all be able to circle around him now. Oh! I figure he's probably eating food.
Maybe he's good at inhaling.
Are you back now, Chris? Because your character's moving around. All on its own.
I think you're doing it.
No, it was walking. I wonder if we can get Chris's character over to the door. Let's try and get it over to the door. I wonder if we can push it outside. That'd be interesting. Can we push Chris's character outside? Oh, she keeps walking back towards the bar.
Hey, this is me. This is Laura. Hey, Tristan, you think it's... I'm sorry, I had a lot of wine. I started drinking at 4:30. So, Tristan, you think it's funny that that you guys are slapping him? Why don't you show everybody your beautiful smile? I don't know. Can you smile for us? Oh, dang. What happened? Come back and show us your beautiful smile.
It's just Sarah and I who are slapping him.
Okay, well, I just walked
and
into
each other.
Okay. Well, good
How did he change your teeth?
day then.
That's pretty funny.
We're getting him over to the door. How did he change your teeth, Tristan? Ah.
Oh.
And we're back.
We almost got you to the door. Oh, man. We were getting you there.
When I passed by, I saw that y'all were like just kind of passing me back and forth with slaps, is what it looked like, and that's pretty cool. I liked it. We're gonna go sell that shine now. It's important to me to do what I say I'm gonna do, and I said we were gonna run the shine, and now we're doing it. I only wish y'all could listen to my Frenchman talk about it before we go. I guess it's private. Marcel, my spirit master, or like the wine the whiskey maker, the distiller. Him, he's a Frenchman, and I like him. I don't like most of the people I talk to in this game, but I like the gunsmith in Valentine. I like the doctor in Saint Denis. I like this French distiller.
Keep falling over. I'm too drunk.
Oh, y'all are... Oh.
Oh.
Y'all are... y'all are both falling over.
That's not my horse. Where are you, Jerry? Oh. Well, we had to stay drunk to be able to keep slapping you.
I'm getting credit for the riding in a moonshine wagon. Is that's one of my dailies? Is that any of your dailies? Why don't you get in the wagon with me then? Where are you? Okay, I think I can see you moving. You're en route to get in the wagon, right? All right. These are lucrative, but I'm not a big fan of them. I don't really appreciate the care it requires. You know what I'm talking about, Tristan?
Something red's coming up.
That'll be the I can't remember what they call them, prohibitors. This dude. The fuck, dude? Who killed that guy that I ran over?
I did.
Thank you, Sarah. Now don't open up on the these drinker. Oh, y'all have already killed them all. Okay. Yeah. Y'all know what's what. Oh, here comes one. 2, 3. All too easy. Oh, I'm sorry, horse. Oh, who's throwing? Somebody's throwing dynamite.
The revenue agent. Revenue agent was.
Wow, I've never seen
I
that.
died.
And look at this. I'm going the wrong direction.
Uh-oh.
I feel like I'm
Uh-oh.
in a million places.
Where are you, Jerry? Oh no.
Oh, there's yeah.
Oh. That looks fun.
Okay, now we're on
Come
track.
on, Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
Gary's my horse.
Ah.
Where are you?
He got I'm trying to stop Jerry from being exploded. He's alive now.
What?
It was
Where'd
taking
you
a
get
while.
Jerry
The game
from?
kept glitching out. I don't know. He's just the second horse that I got.
But you named him Jerry. You typed that out.
Oh, I named him Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Okay.
It sounded like it fitted with the time period.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah the horse. You typed out Jeremiah or Jerry?
Jeremiah, and I just call him Jerry.
Jerry. Okay. I am driving. Don't you see? I was always driving. You just didn't like my cornering there. My careful cornering. Which I think we delivered all 20 bottles. Man, I still think it. Jeez. Why that is there in front of this? Oh yeah. Are you TDF? Dang it. I only got like a quarter of the miles or yards or whatever I need to run in this wagon. So. No, you need to learn to be more consistent about picking up after them. Hey, does your German Shepherd dog does it have toys?
Yes, he just pulls them apart.
Yeah. I believe it. Our dogs just tear their toys apart as well.
I brought him a tennis ball, but it was like a dog tennis ball. I don't know what makes it a different tennis ball. It's pink, but it costs like 4 times as much as a tennis ball should. He tore it apart within an hour.
Sure. I don't know what's different about those either, but they are different because I know our dogs have lots of tennis balls, but the people that lived here before us, they had a dog and a beagle. And that dog lost one of those dog tennis balls underneath our vanity. And after had been here for maybe a year, a good minute. I then found that dog, that old dog, tennis ball, dog ball, and I introduced it to my dogs, and it immediately became the favored toy, and was torn apart in a couple of days, probably. But the tennis balls, they haven't even really been torn apart completely yet. So I don't know if it's like maybe a smell they bury in the rubber.
Maybe.
I don't know. I do know what you're talking about, though. You believe me, right? You believe I know what you're talking
100%.
about.
Yeah.
I just laid out my case for how I know what those balls are.
Where are we going now? Are we going to do bounties now?
Yes, we are doing bounties now. I'm almost back to the ranch. Or the
my dailies.
Yeah, okay. Is it a three star? No, never. These stuff is leveled. Yes,
I just have to do a bounty.
A bounty.
Yep, and I have to come back alive.
All right. Yeah, let's do legendary. I say we do
What's getting the
Tim, Tobin Winfield. Tobin Winfield. He's like a blue collar.
Is he gonna give us some decent money?
I
I was getting $4.50 for a bounty the other day. $4.50.
Really? How are you doing that?
Like, what the hell is this?
$4.50, not
$4.50, not $450.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're gonna get more than that.
It's like, what the hell is this?
It might, yeah. It's to the stars. I've done this one with 2 stars. They go up to 5, and they get more difficult, and you get a better payout. But this one is relatively low for me, but maybe higher for you guys. Tristan, I don't know. I think he's done all his bounties, but I don't know what his stars are at. You're not a big bounty hunter, are you, Tristan? Hello, TJ, Sarah, are you still here?
Now, this gentleman, Mr.
Yep.
Tobin Winfield
Is anyone there?
III, he's more used to signing off on bounties.
Can you not hear us?
Lost
Being the subject
my
of
crew. Lost
but
my
no
crew.
one cries when a corrupt
Can you hear us?
politician gets their comeuppance. I believe he's hiding out. in
Oh,
the
well.
That's the Popeyes lady. She's a
I can hear
liar.
you.
man's a thief,
I can hear
but
Tristan,
not the
too.
same kind as the rest of them down there.
She'll sling a
I'd
Popeyes
wager he
deal,
won't
get you all
survive
excited,
the week.
and then when you get
From the
there, you
looks of
just
this poster,
you.
you're to recover the deeds that he
No
stole,
Popeyes
so make
deal.
sure you find them.
What the hell is Popeyes? Tristan, what's Popeyes?
It's a chicken place.
All right, hello, can crew? Wait, everybody, hold up. Just before we go do this, just want to say time's not passing. It's all about not getting killed because we only have 2 lives. But we won't be paying stable fees here. So if it's a good time to like hunt or just like kind of fuck off if you want. But we can go right in here and get it started too.
Just don't die, Chris.
You don't die, Sarah.
You're the one that died.
Did I've never died playing with you guys, have I?
Yeah, you were like,
Yes, you have.
"Don't
You
die,"
were-
and then you died
Maybe
twice.
I die over and over again, maybe.
And we didn't die once. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
Well, maybe, you know, I should probably do better. Or try it. I forget that I'm supposed to be being careful, you know? And then
You go, everybody
Rush
be
in.
careful. Don't go running in there. Go
Run
rush
in there. And then crash into a tree.
there it is. Like I guess that's my fatal flaw. I'm not doing it this time though. Anybody want to do some business with the fence? Maybe I will.
Fence.
I don't
I've
have
never done
anything to
business
sell
with
him.
them.
But I did get half a gold bar for selling him 3 things earlier. will buy one of your tomahawks. I always think it's weird that he sells canned peas and baked beans. The fence.
Does he sell? Is he where I get the hammer from?
You can get ammo from him. I think.
No, what? The hammer. You can buy a
Oh,
hammer.
yes. Yeah,
but
I
I don't
think
know
so.
where to buy it from.
I'm here.
You buy it from the fence, yeah.
I'm here. You got me.
And he'll sell gun oil, and that's
willingly,
awesome.
but-
I like having another place to get gun oil.
Please hear me
He
out.
sells it for the same price as the
I'm in
gunsmiths
danger.
in the catalog.
Not
Kind of
from
fence.
you, fine people.
Like it's
Rather,
if
cutthroats.
it's stolen,
I was
it should be
quite
cheaper than
unwise to
retail.
trust.
I
I
think.
promised them
It
the
should be.
deeds that I
Or more expensive, one or
misappropriated
the other.
if they would help me flee.
No, definitely not more
Now,
expensive.
I have it on good authority that they mean to kill me for those deeds. Protect me and their
Maybe they're
yours.
just
I'll give it
averaging
all
it
back.
out, breaking the
Yes?
difference between less expensive and more expensive, and just
Good.
leaving it the same.
Well, I think it's more about
Follow
like
me.
coding. I
They
don't
will be here very
understand what coding is at all, but I think maybe it's just Rockstar's too lazy to like put forth the effort. They know that it should be a different price if it's a fence, but it's a
Or maybe
big,
half of
ambitious
them were like, it
game.
should be
You can't
cheaper 'cause it's
do
stolen.
everything, so
Or
I don't want to be. I'm not
Maybe.
even complaining. I think it's cool that it costs the same.
maybe half of them are like, it should be cheaper because it's
Bumping
stolen,
into
and then
me.
half of them are like, well, because half of them are
I'm the posse
because it's
leader.
stolen.
The torment I've suffered, you wouldn't believe. My nerves are almost wrecked.
2 lives.
Weeks in a sanatorium just to steady my hands. The slightest bang, I jump out of my britches. Really, the time I've had. I thought these men, these cutthroats, were my friends. Or at least I thought they were reliable laggards.
Sarah, what a horsewoman.
They were the picture of concern, care, until I was isolated. Then I shuddered to
Tristan
They started
is,
spending my money.
man, what do they call the people who are into like horse water sports? What's that? Nit?
It was only a matter of time before they got bored.
Yeah, there's a, yeah,
And decided to
no, there's more than one like sport that involves a horse, right? I mean, don't they swim horses around?
This bounty may have saved my life.
But not for horses.
That's-
They don't use horses
polo's
in
not
water
on
polo?
horses.
Water polo.
No, you use kayaks.
Wait, okay, so are there any water sports that require a horse?
No.
Okay, so then there you go. What you were doing was not.
You can make
a
horses
thing.
swim.
Yeah,
You
you-
can get horses to swim at the beach.
but
and
nobody
stuff.
like swims horses against each other, right? Do people do
No.
that?
No, it's just a for fun kind of
Too
thing.
risky.
We saw it first. They're out for blood.
Oh,
Man, these people are easy to kill. There's one left. Probably want to get him. Oh, y'all alright? I got him. There were more that
My person doesn't want to aim anymore.
you let go of your aim, I think, and
No,
then
I know.
reapply it.
It just wasn't working.
Where is Tobin? Does anyone know where he's at? Because I forgot
he's
we were
up
supposed
here.
to.
Frick.
He's the yellow icon.
He's the yellow dude. Yeah.
Well, we're doing well, right? I mean, like, is anybody taking any damage with all that?
No.
I didn't. Now I'm a lootin'. I've gone a lootin'. Oh, is he moving? Who sets the pace? Is he setting the pace? Like, did he just start
He sets
moving
the
on his
pace,
own?
yeah.
This is the kind of horse I wish I could buy from the stables, and I can't. With the spotty butted horse, like the Native Americans used to ride.
Like this thing?
I'm sure you can buy one of the Appaloosa in the store.
I don't think so. Maybe. I could be wrong.
The clay hoof?
No, not him. Not Clayhoof or Paleface Clayhoof. It's just a horse. The horse I'm riding now. This is not my horse. This is one of those Trons horses. You're probably right, Sarah. I might have just said that to myself, and now believe it. And this horse has always been there. I hope so.
Oh, she's.
Where's Tobin now? Is he the white icon now?
Yeah. Is he okay? He fell down the.
Can we? He's dead. Oh no, he's yellow now.
Alright.
Take the deeds. If y'all can hold off on taking the deeds, if anyone has to do it, okay, that's fine. Good job. I just like a looting. Get a lot of collectibles looting. Oh, if you get a choice, don't do it. Tie him up. Tie him up. He doesn't want to be tied up. Tie him up. All right, but we're going to go through more waves of men trying to free him, and he is going to try to take advantage of that and get away from us. So he's going to try to escape. I think he wants his own horse. I'll tie him up. Because he's plotting. He's scheming. He doesn't want to pay for what he's done.
There's no call for that at all.
I thought he was like a friend, no?
No, he's a bounty. He wants me to treat. He wants us to treat him with respect when we turn him in. But that's not going to happen. He's a mark, and like any, he thought maybe we were friends or like we were seeing him as a person or something. That was never happening. No, coolest horse, don't go. I still think I might have to smack him or even running down again. Although we are all doing very well. I think we're going to get sat on again. And I think he's going to try to get away. But we're not going to let that happen.
I'd try to get away if you tied me up.
I would never tie you up, though. See, y'all, we work for the same, like, you know, collection company. Wouldn't try to tie y'all up. Oh, could we hang out here and loot some of these bodies? And I could get this cool horse again. Oh, I just got an antique bottle of alcohol with the first body I looted. All right. The jail. I wonder what town that's in. Are we in New Austin?
Maybe.
Tristan, are we in New Austin, like in the desert part, or are we... Here's a mark. Oh, and
We're
they're
in Great
attacking
Plains.
me. Instead, they forfeit their life. I've killed them now.
Oh gosh. I'm getting.
All right. I'm glad y'all all showed up, and I didn't have to get killed. 2 lives still.
This is most unbecoming. I'm a manufacturer, a natural leader, always have been. To think I would fall so low. Ask anyone. Tobin Winfield, prep school hero, the talk of New Haven. Such promise, gifted. Most uncalled for.
Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot of people that want to save Mr.
You guys have just
Tom.
left us. Where are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm like
I was
northeast
looting
of
bodies,
y'all,
and
I
then you
think.
guys just ran away.
I can't hear you. What's that?
I said I was looting bodies, and then you guys were gone.
Oh, I didn't really dictate or announce what I was doing. I looted bodies at that first place I got off, and then I got on my horse and started riding. But I didn't tell y'all that I was going. And then I got set on, and I killed 1 or 2, and then there were a whole bunch. But then y'all were there, and you guys saved me, and then I just kept going.
Not me. I didn't.
Oh, I can't hear you again.
Yeah, interesting.
It was you were the only one who saved me. Thank you for that. I like it. I like that it's a shared experience with other adults, and we killed people together. And smack, I hit him one last time. I let him talk most of the time, but I got one more lick in.
Job well and truly done. They're going to face a judge. How them coins
One
look
time I
for
saw
you?
this video that this teenage girl made secretly. She filmed her parents like just kind of kicking the shit out of her and yelling all these ugly things at her. And one point, the father comes back, and I think he had already like laid into her, like struck her maybe. But when he came back, he said, "I didn't get my licks in," to his wife when he was like pushing her out of the way or whatever. And that's probably the reason I still remember that video. It's not just all the other garbage, but like I didn't get my licks in.
Was that a real video, or was that a movie?
Oh no, that's a real video. It was like it's a YouTube video.
Oh, I just got disconnected.
No.
Me too.
No.
No monies, just disconnected.
Oh.
Well, you haven't logged back in yet, have you?
No.
Maybe you got the monies. Maybe. This game surprises me as in what it does retain when it does boot me. I got 124 and then 82 cent gold. Did the
82
whole
gold?
application crash? Yeah, I got 82% of a gold bar.
Oh. I say 82 gold, like as in 82 gold.
No, not 82 gold. Did your whole application crash?
No, Rockstar just booted us off the server.
Prices? Marx's? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Did your whole
It just
application,
booted
did
us
the
off
Red
the
Dead
server.
all crash, or
No, just Rockstar just booted
what
us.
happened? What are you doing now?
Rockstar happened. Trying to get back in.
Oh, I can't hear y'all again. That's what's up. If y'all get back in, I want to take a posse picture. I've never done that, and I have backgrounds. I can't hear you guys. I'm going to close my party. And hopefully we can get a new party going. Hello? Yep, I'm leaving the party. Somebody else start a new one.
Let me get through.
Hello?
Well, don't mind me.
Hi, Chris.
Hello?
We lost you for a while there.
I heard
we can
you
hear-
for a second, like, but it was very choppy, and I didn't. I'm not hearing you now. I can hear you. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Say something? Okay,
No.
yeah. Hey, and there's TJ. Where's Sarah? Is she here too?
Sarah's here.
There's
Hey,
two.
which one is whose tent? Whose tent here?
Oh, I have.
Whose is this tent? With all those shackles on it.
This is mine.
Who's the BDSM tent?
This is
Okay,
the
so you're the
bounty hunter
BDSM dude.
tent. So it's like, there's guns laid out and stuff. And Tristan's is
I'm gonna
the
call this the BDSM tent.
trader, which I don't really like. I don't like all the dead animal parts, like skulls and stuff.
I'm
It's
gonna
not my
call this
thing.
the
It's not my
fireman tent.
aesthetic. Y'all want to invite these
Okay,
guys into our gang? They seem like they want to hang out.
Sure. No, they're still standing here. No, he was there
We're
from
in
the
the
beginning.
petty gang. But we should actually be doing some more bounty hunts. Oh, and TJ, did y'all get paid or no?
No.
Can this guy not break like a border or something? Is he not like able to walk into the tent?
I don't think he's... Oh, you should be able to walk in. Oh, I'll go get Sarah. Hold on.
I think he's taken off. All right, posse man, posse leader. What are we doing to make money? I need to get that money. Hey, TJ, I also have opulence, and I also have the collector. I like the collector a lot, but he has like a dead snake in there and like a fortune teller box, and I don't like that so much.
So we're gonna invite
Wish I
this
could
other guy
design
in?
my
Or...
own.
No, he's gone, is he? What are we designing? Fortune tellers.
Tristan.
What are we
Tristan
designing?
Cohen. What are you doing?
She's back. Get in the posse,
Might have to
Sarah.
drop out of the posse and beat your ass with a little bit of fisticuffs.
It says no one's in it.
Wait,
You're
is
our
everyone
leader.
in the posse? We're missing
yet-
someone.
Yeah, I
Someone's
know
not in
I
the
didn't
posse.
always lead that great, but I always said, hey, I'm not leading for a second. There you are.
No one's in the
Who's not?
Oh, you were just idling out, not idling out. I could be industrious like this person. Hey, that's not even a TJ or a Sarah.
Okay.
That's some nice dude. Just
I think
giving
he
us
just wants to join.
wolves.
I feel like he wants to join. I feel like there's a bunch of people who want to join.
Maybe he wants to be in the gang, and that's his symbol.
Can you hear me?
He howled back at me. That
I can
didn't
hear
happen
you,
very
Sarah.
often.
Okay, well, the posse, it says no one's in it, so I can't join it.
Well, I'll give it to
You're supposed to be
no.
joining
Can I give
Tristan's
it
posse.
to it?
Oh.
Oh no, no, don't
Petty
skin
gang.
it! Fuck! That's what I think of your gift. I will just skin it instead. and waste half
What
of it.
do you think the vegans are gonna say about this, Chris?
I feel like I'm by myself again. Oh, okay. I know what it is. My headset is shorting out. The wire where it plugs in. That's why it's going in and out. Are y'all there now?
Should make a bigger posse.
You could make a bigger posse.
You
Man.
could call it gaping.
Well, yes. Why don't I do the... Well, no. I don't want to be the leader for a little while. I don't like gaping. I don't like that. That's not a good name. Gaping. I think, isn't that what TJ just said? That was his offering. Let's name it Gaping.
Well, I said we could if we make it bigger, we could call it gaping.
I'll take whatever I can get.
I'll
Not
do
me.
it. I'll do it. I'll be the posse leader. Here we go.
My posse's currently called Moderately Moist.
That's not bad. I mean, I like, we need moderate being used more often, for sure. and Feckless
Yeah, I took it
and
from your
Paladin.
name.
Yeah, well, yeah, I figured. So thank you. That's I'm flattered. It's a good name. It's a good word. But moist, I don't know. Whoa.
So it's the moderately moist posse.
This Sarah,
Would
she just like foot swept me, or like, instead of doing that, why don't you join the gang, Sarah?
I am. Or have you changed again?
we changed again?
Oh, God.
It wasn't my idea.
Can we call it gaping?
Communication, people.
I'm not going to name it that. If you want to throw anything else out there, I'm certainly open to renaming it. I rename it all the time, but no, I won't name it that.
What about...
What is it right
Why
now?
did you just do that, Sarah?
Goons of Jupiter? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
I'm gonna go. How are y'all doing that if y'all are in the gang?
Sarah's not in the gang, so we have to tie her up.
Okay. I thought
Are you back in?
No, she is in the gang.
Are you
She's
back?
blue. She's blue.
Oh, well, you know.
Hold on. Yeah, she's in it. All right. I'm going to start the legendary bounty. I could throw bolos at y'all. Oh, is there a travel post here? Because that's what I'm looking for. This is chaos. I got to get out of here.
Oh, whoops. That's
Now
not what I
y'all
wanted to do.
y'all are drawing on each other, huh? I'm out. I'm gonna go start us a legendary bounty.
Because you turned on friendly fire, remember, Chris? And you never turned it back off again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Tristan just killed me.
I got your hat.
Why did I turn? Oh, so we could fist fight? Is that why I did it?
My hat.
Yeah. Where am I?
On the floor, dead. You are you down?
Oh man, I'm not seeing. Where did I do that at?
Someone is.
Whoa! Who's doing that?
All right, anybody shooting at y'all?
Like
Should be
bombs
killed.
coming.
Who's blowing bombs at us?
The Germans.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, I did. And y'all weren't acting very posse-like either.
hi Peach. What are you doing? The brown. You guys go on. I'll be back. I'll catch up in a minute.
Okay. Once we get into the bounty, we won't have to worry about the timing.
He wants to be brown.
Where's he getting brown from?
He's got one of my old concealers.
Oh, okay.
Makeup, and he's painted himself.
Damn it. I just entered us into a bounty. I didn't mean to. This is not a legendary bounty. One time, my daughter dumped like I think over a gallon of peanut or vegetable oil out onto the floor of the kitchen, and then played in it for a little while. And Laura was in the kitchen with her, like she was cooking. She was behind her, and I don't know how long that went on for, but it was all out, and it was completely spread everywhere.
That would have taken so long to clean up.
It took a couple hours, I think, maybe totally.
Maybe she was ignoring it for you to clean up.
Maybe what?
Said maybe she was
Okay.
just pretending to not see it, so you...
Oh, ha! I've never considered that, but maybe. No, but no, I think she was surprised. She was shocked, and I even watched it for a
I
little
do that
while.
all the time.
You do what all the time?
I pretend to not see things so that somebody else
Oh
picks
yeah,
them up.
yeah. I think that's supposed to be a form of gaslighting, maybe.
Maybe.
I do it too, but I don't do it consciously nearly as much as I used to. Like, I feel guilt about it now. Not the worst guilt in the world, but I do weird stuff like that. They're like things like, really, I guess they're almost like submissive or like beta-ish actions or whatever. But I introduced my wife to the concept of both gaslighting and unequal distribution of emotional labor, you know. But it's biological. Like, I can only correct it so much. It's not my fault that like men have bigger, stronger bodies, and so, like, you know, that has been in play long enough to where now it's like beyond learned behavior. I don't know. I'm probably starting to sound crazy, or I'm definitely not articulate. But that is true. I really did introduce my wife to those two concepts, and I've also regretted it. Like, not much, but for a short period of time, once or twice. Everybody makes decisions that they regret, though, right?
I think so.
I don't think people really give the amount. Like, I know like women and men are different, and we have relationships that run an entire spectrum. But I don't think we really, when we give weight to, 100,000 years where, we didn't have law, we just had like what happened and how things worked.
I think there's definitely disregard to biology today.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Like, people disregard the hard wiring of the brain and behavior, and
why can't I say things simply like that? Yeah, people, we do get locked into ideologies for sure. Oh, my stamina. Hey, TJ, what week stat did you choose? Like, out of the three, you had to pick two that were good and one that was going to be a little weaker. Do you know what you chose to be weak? Tristan says he doesn't know.
I don't remember doing that.
Sarah, do you remember?
Nope.
Anybody want to try to guess what mine is? I know exactly which one is my weak one. Stamina.
When did you have to do that? When did you have to choose a weak one?
In the beginning, when you're making your avatar.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what are the three? There's heart, health, stamina, and Red Dead.
Don't you just do like points, and you get so many points, and you get to put it across whatever you want?
That might be exactly how it works, but I know that one of them has to take a hit, I think, from the 3.
If I get to put in even amount of points across things, I'll just even everything out and have everything lower than it otherwise would.
If that's the case, then there's no way they gave us an even number. They must have given us a 5 number. I read articles on it like, well, what should you choose for your weak link? There's no way that you chose even for all of them, is what I'm telling you now.
I have no idea what I chose.
Where are you guys?
I don't even remember doing it.
I'm at Window Rock.
I've just come up to something. I've just found some guys and they're red, so I'm going to kill them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to do that.
Yes,
but they're
always
gonna
kill
die.
red. Kill red.
We got the bounty.
Wife, were you saying something to me? COVID. Y'all got the bounty and y'all are running it back? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to do a little looting. And then we'll do a real legendary bounty. And nobody's going to get bounced. Okay. Okay. Well, Sarah and TJ, you guys want to do one more bounty after this?
Yeah.
A legendary?
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to do that.
So is Laura working from home now? Like, does everyone have to work from home in the US at the moment? Or
The only, yeah,
like a thing?
yeah. She's been working at home for over a week, I guess. Yeah, this is the beginning of your second week working from home. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's working from home. I think unless like you're in one of those industries that are exempt, you're either not working or you're working from home if you can. You said that you usually work from home, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, I just do YouTube stuff now.
Okay. Well, then, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna want to go into an office for that. I mean,
Sarah works from home a lot now.
so people are still going into the offices, or like?
Yep.
Oh,
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy, and you should stop. But you know,
Why?
you can't tell foreigners how to live their life, right? You got your own belief system.
It's not bad.
Did you catch that one?
I'm sorry, Sarah. What did you say?
I said it's not as bad here as it is over there. Plus, we have public health too. So.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, like, it's gotta get that. I mean, TJ, you're the only person. Like, you helped me to understand. Like, you know, it's about the economy. Do it as long as you can. But it's gonna get.
I mean, I think mostly the countries that don't have public health systems are just doing lockdown because they don't want to have to treat people for free.
That's not. But the UK's doing a lockdown. They started
their
crazy
national
lockdown.
Is awful. They may as well not
That's
have
true.
one.
I thought I mean, who else isn't in lockdown other than Australia? I mean, well, I mean, maybe Japan.
Japan's doing well. Singapore is doing exceedingly well.
Singapore is crazy, man. Like, that's a city state. Like it's a modern city state. So that's so interesting.
South
They're
Korea
super
is
wealthy,
doing very
too.
Well. Pretty much everyone in our region, just where like around us, are doing exceptionally well. That said, I think New Zealand are talking about going into a lockdown in the next 48 hours. But other than that, pretty much everyone in our region is doing very well.
New Zealand probably gets more tourists than Australia, like in.
Oh no! New Zealanders come over here all the time to get work because they just don't get the work that, you know, their economy is nowhere near as robust as ours.
Well, but their economy is more
more
tourism based too, isn't it? Though I mean, I would imagine Australia is more diverse than New Zealand, but I would think that New Zealand would get more tourists. But I mean, that's all speculation. I don't know anything about any of that stuff.
We do have a huge tourism industry. It makes up like a quarter of our GDP.
That's big, yeah.
I don't know what New Zealand's GDP from tourism is.
If you were going to speculate, do you think it's more or less?
Hold on, I'll find exactly what it is.
Oh, speculate before you find out exactly.
I would say it's probably less than ours, but we'll see.
Okay. Legendary bounties are not up.
So tourism's biggest, so New Zealand's biggest sector for GDP is science and tech.
Okay, so science and tech is more than tourism.
By a long, like, tourism isn't even in the top. It's not even in the top 25.
Wow. Well,
of their GDP.
Yet again, I did not know what I was talking about. We can't do any legendary bounties. It's grayed out. I hope that's not like the PlayStation Communities app, and it's just gone for now.
What is the Communities app?
It's like you know how like you have your community, love and peace. Your PSN.
Yeah, that was just a joke.
Right, yeah, of course. They're groups that could go up, I think up to 10,000, or maybe it's unlimited now. But it's like bulletin boards for PlayStation stuff. And they had an app for the phone where it was much easier to use and access, because going into your dashboard, that's not fun. It's not easy. Anyways, it doesn't work anymore. It went down. And I think it's Corvus. I just went to log into it one day, and it just said, it's no longer, this service is no longer being provided. It's ended. Go back to communities on PS4.
That sounds like it's just PlayStation disrespecting their customers again.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what the editor of a Skeptic magazine would say. It's Corvid.
PlayStation. I think it's probably just Sony disrespecting their players again, which they do constantly. That's why I'm away from Sony as soon as I'm going to Xbox after this generation. When I get Gen 5, I'll go to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sony just disrespect everyone all the time. They don't care about anyone.
Well,
which you'd think would.
That means we'll never be together.
Differently. That's not true. They do. Oh, because I got out of the posse to see whether it would work on the bounty boards would work on mine.
Oh, the bounty board was working. It just wasn't legendary. Are you back in the posse, TJ? Tell me you're back in the posse.
Let me.
Yeah, it's because we're on a bounty now. And Tristan left. Are you still in the Westworld? So then it's just me and you, Sarah. Although you can help us, TJ, even though you can't get payout for it.
Free labor.
Oh man. But you know what I could do as well? I could come with you and make it more difficult for you.
Yeah, you could shoot me in the back right now.
I could wait until all the dudes start opening up on you and then start hog-tying you guys. Make it like a legendary bounty.
I miss the legendary bounties. I really like them because, like, the sun doesn't move, time doesn't count, so you're not taking those hits for your stables and your camps if you want to just go hunting, or urban or whatever. I like those legendary bounties. Sometimes that's the only way I can get the big game meat, which I need.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah. Why do I need it?
No, why can't you get it otherwise?
Because the spawning of animals is wonky. Hi, Tristan.
Oh.
Thank you for playing.
Hi, Tristan.
He has left the party.
Oh.
Yeah, the animals don't spawn properly all the time, but when you're in the legendary bounties, it separates you from other players unless you're in a posse together. So the animals like spawn at their maximum rate. Because the animal spawning is tied somehow to the servers and the amount of people that are inside your world, and also the proximity to you. So the more people and the closer you are, the less animals you're going to see.
I feel like there should be more player interaction in this game. That's what I feel like it lacks.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the thing that really, I guess you want to find a middle ground, but that's, I think it's done purposeful. They certainly dialed it back from GTA, purposefully.
Well, when it first came out, everyone was complaining about people shooting each other, and that's the point of the game, no? Like
Sure.
They're like, oh, everyone's just shooting me, and so they complained so much that Rockstar got rid of it.
No, I don't think that was
feature.
I don't think that was the point of the game. I thought the point of the game was just to like go experience the Wild West world. Although I'm not opposed to like gunning people down.
I mean,
or it happening?
Isn't that the Wild West world?
I don't think that's like the romanced idea of it, sure, but I don't think like that's how the West really went down so much. I don't think there were a lot of like noon duels where people were agreeing to meet each other, and I don't think there were a lot of like actual gun battles. I think men probably got shot in the back a good amount of a lot, probably a lot of murders. But they're probably all like mostly people getting shot in the back, if they're winning a card game or drinking too much. But who knows?
Just random.
It's like random murders.
Do you reckon? Yeah, do you reckon that happened a lot in the Wild West?
I mean, we'd have to define a lot, but yeah, I think murders happen and probably happened more then. I read
like you're just sort of wandering around, and you're in the middle of nowhere, and no one's ever going to really find out, and you come across this person, and
definitely there's people that did that for sure. I mean, there are people that do that now.
So that's what griefing is, no?
Sure, I guess so. But it's supposed to be a pleasurable experience. And if most people are not deriving pleasure from it, then they should probably cut back on it. I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, right, create enjoyment for people.
But I'd like to see the economy in this game change a bit. I'd like to see it so that, because like you've got the butcher, right, and you can just give the butcher infinite meat, and he'll give you the same price.
Sure.
Regardless of the time of day. But if you had this in real life, a butcher's going to go so far, and then they're going to say, well, I've got too much meat.
Right, well, you can only...
I don't want any more.
I mean, they've got to...
And how much they're willing to give you is going to change. So
I don't want to see that.
I feel like they should. I want to see that change, and then I want to see it tied to player interaction, so that if a certain player's been selling a whole bunch of meat and they've tied everyone else out of it, then it's tied out until you go and kill that player.
Yeah, you're not going to get that, TJ. That sounds way too involved, and also. I bet there's not a lot. It sounds cool, super cool, and I wouldn't. But I don't think most people are going to clamor for that.
I'd also like to see it so that you can rob people.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Like, I'd like to be able to rob other players. Specifically once, so like everything is locked out until you get to level 65. So I'd like to see once you get to like level 60, then you can be robbed. That'd give you the balancing so that everyone can, new players aren't completely just taken for granted constantly.
Speaking of murders in the past, do you know 3/4 of all Paleolithic skeletons they found had the left side of their skull caved in with a rock?
The left,
or something? Yeah, which means a right-handed person did it. And there's a big arc with the advent of agriculture, when the murders start happening more often. It's the reason to kill people then.
The reason to kill people because it's agriculture?
Yeah, when agriculture shows up, the murders go up. Like with the bodies they dig them up.
So,
why do I think that is?
Yeah.
Well, why do you think it is?
Don't know.
Because there's an accumulation of wealth, right? I mean, like if you're growing stuff, I mean, that's something to take. What, Sarah?
Do you know where these bounties are?
Oh, they're probably dead on the ground somewhere. I don't. If you go into your eagle eye, they should flash different, like red or yellow.
But was agriculture really like that when it first started? I'm pretty sure it was more of a communal thing, right? Like everybody gets.
Sure. Yeah.
Everybody works on the field. Everybody gets some. So there's no accumulation of wealth at that point.
And it came on slowly too. I think like they didn't just start living in one place. I think it started out. They started like taking care of things that were already there, and then laying out circuits so that they would semi-nomadic, where they would live here for a while by this field, then as the season changed, move to another place next to another field, and go back to the same spot every year. They did that for a long time before they actually started like planning stuff themselves.
There's a thought in psychology that serial killers are just people with slightly higher intelligence levels that are bored, and so they get these urges, this restlessness about them. So if you have agriculture, you're no longer starving. You're no longer. You're now doing tedious sort of work. You're not doing it. You're not struggling anymore.
Hey, how would you describe civilization? We were talking about this earlier. I think I'm certain of like the official definition is like, when does a culture become civilized? But then Laura was reading me this thing from the internet, which was very quaint and it was romantic and it was true, but it was also saying this is civilization, and that's not what it was. But then I was listening to a podcast that had a third. He said, well, actually I think what's really determines civilization is walls, and then he had his argument for that. But do you know what civilization is, or like how we get it? For a game, like play the game without Googling it?
I guess it would depend on how you define civilization, right?
Well,
like if you're
for sure.
just defining, like I mean,
there is a
modern
consensus though, I think.
civilization. What defines a modern civilization is going to be different than what defines a civilization in general, right? Like any sort of
there's a thing.
any kind of social, any kind of.
So I don't think social gather or like social networks or like the bands of people does not make civilization. It's what is it? Tell me. What,
really, don't think a cooperative group? You don't think that's going to make?
I don't think that's that's the definition of it. I can tell you. I'll just tell you. Okay? Can I tell you?
Okay.
A civilization is when you have people that cannot take care of themselves. Like you look across, before history, before civilization, we were doing subsistence farming, right? You had villages. You might have had huge villages, but everybody was growing. Like everybody's like growing food, trying to scrape together enough to get through the winter. No. That's supposed to be where it started, but that's not civilization. Civilization, according to the lecture I listened to, which was a Harvard guy, which they don't know everything, but it's a Harvard thing on civilization. Anyways, it's when you have people that don't grow, people who can't take care of themselves, but they have something to trade, like they're a tailor or a blacksmith or priest or whatever. They do something, and because they do this thing, you'll give them food, or they get to eat, the food. Then, and this, I was listening to a podcast on walls. This guy was arguing that the thing that really makes civilization is just walls full stop. Because before we had walls, every male was taken at like 12 years old or so by the other men and then taught how to, fight and kill. Because before walls, everybody had to, fight and kill as they went about their hunter and gathering. But once they had walls, now you had people who didn't have to grow up to be a warrior. So what's he going to do? Oh, this guy's going to be an artist. Now we have civilization. I don't know. I don't think it's walls or specialists. Oh, and what Laura said was it was like a femur bone. If you have a femur bone that has clearly been broken and then healed, well, then that's civilization, because someone clearly took that burden on and kept this person alive even though they couldn't contribute. But, subsistence farmer village people could do that. So the Yale or the Harvard guy would say, no, that's not civilization.
So
and words change, meanings change. Like,
I looked up the official anthropological definition of a civilization.
My youngest asked me if there was such a thing as real absolute truth. It was two weeks ago, right before the COVID thing hit. I told her I didn't know.
And what did you say?
Like, for me, like going sport hunting like a lion, that would be sinful for me. That would be wrong for me. But there's people who derive pleasure from that, and for them it's not evil. And then told her you could even draw that to humans. Some people probably don't think killing another human for sport is wrong, but I do. So if there's any absolute truth, I guess it's got to be math. That sucks, because math ain't
math's
fun.
a construct, right? Math's just a construct, right?
I think I'm alone, huh? Y'all didn't hear my rant, huh?
Oh, you can't hear me anymore.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
No.
y'all. I can hear you both. My wire's shorting out, and I forgot.
So math is just a construct.
Could you hear me
Language,
talking
right?
about if there's a real absolute truth or not? From my daughter asking me.
I did.
Yeah.
Math is just
I lost him again.
a construct the same as language, right? Like it's not. It's not
Hey.
objective truth. It's just
Hey, I can.
observed
Hold on.
labels.
Oh! Ouch. Fell off a mountain. Real bad.
Jesus, sir. I gotta go to the bathroom for a minute. Will you talk to my friends?
I'm in the middle of something. Can I wait a second?
I'll be back. I think I've got a set that works now.
I'm in the middle of writing something.
That's cool.
You can sing songs too.
Nobody wants to hear me sing.
Nobody, really? Nobody?
No.
I love it.
Oh.
I love it.
You're my husband. And you're a glutton for punishment.
Oh gosh. Hurry up. Run.
Are you guys still doing the bounty?
No. We were on our way back. I had to go pick up some stuff at the post office, but my horse fell down a cliff and died.
Wonder if I can join the gang yet. Can I join?
You should be able to.
Oh, I can join. Yeah.
I have no horse. I've got scrawny neck. Ah, there's so much. There's so many animals out here to kill. And I'm stuck on the ground. Hello. I can't hear you, TJ. Nope. Everybody has disappeared.
Hunter, I keep hearing as well.
I don't know. I think so. Oh no. This is so bloody laggy.
Now what are we doing? Just hanging out?
Oh no, I was just trying to catch this thing that I went past. And it just...
I think I've got enough money to buy a tie, so I'm gonna go down to Centenay.
Okay. Yes, that's Hunter going off now. No one.
Just barking at the sky again. He loves barking at the sky, he's like an old man. I can't hear you. Oh, you're behind me. What? How much? I can't. I can't buy it yet. It's level locked, huh? Oh. I have to wait, huh? At least I've got the coat portion. Now I just need to get a tie.
No.
I'm not ready for that. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
And I am back. I'm sorry about that.
Oh. I brought a coat.
You what?
I brought a coat.
You bought a coat, is what you mean.
Like a coat that you wear in the game, or a Coca-Cola that you drink in real life?
No, like a coat that you wear in the game. Not a Coke.
Oh.
You guys drink much soda?
I drink Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max? What's Pepsi Max?
You don't know what Pepsi Max is?
I know what Pepsi is. I don't know what Pepsi Max is.
Yeah, I didn't think
Hold
they
on.
had it there.
Do you guys not have Pepsi? Do you guys really not have Pepsi Max?
Look,
I feel like
look. We may have
Max
Pepsi
and there's a
Max.
Super Bowl ad.
I don't follow a lot of soda trends, I guess. Or I mean, I don't ever browse soda. So I mean, I do drink soda. I drink
It's not sold
Sunkist
in
sometimes. What? Is it
Pepsi
diet?
Max is
it
not
like
sold in the USA.
It's not. You're saying it's not?
It's not sold in the USA. Huh? I learned something new.
What is it?
So it's like, do you know what Coke Zero is?
It's one of the diet Cokes, right?
Yeah, it's got instead of having it's got like no calories in it. So Pepsi Max is the same sort of thing, but it's been around in the market for much longer.
Okay.
So it's got like a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi Max has like 1 kilojoule in it.
Kilojoule?
It's like half a calorie.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Tristan drinks the zeros, I think. And it's it's not aspartame, right? That's the thing.
It's I think it is aspartame. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought the whole thing was that it wasn't aspartame.
No. I mean, Coke Zero might be. I don't know. Coke Zero is kind of weird tasting.
I don't think.
I'm pretty
no,
sure
I think
Coke
Coke
Zero
Zero
has
is not.
aspartame.
Okay, maybe so. I'm so ignorant on so many things, and I make things up. Shift through different timelines. I must be from a timeline where that was a thing. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's got Ace K in it. It's a blend of aspartame and Ace sulfamame.
Okay. Well, then what's the difference between a Diet Coke and a Coke Zero, or a Diet Pepsi and a Pepsi Zero, or is it the same thing with just a different label?
The recipe.
Okay,
Yes.
so it is a different
The taste.
Okay, but the same sweetener. That's
Probably.
interesting.
Hold on. Does Kind of like
that.
how you've got Coke and New Coke.
Well, no, that was a
Yeah.
marketing scheme. That was, and they both had pure, like, real. That was just to get people sent cola so that they could sell more of it.
But there's a distinct different taste between the
Oh,
two.
there's
And now
definitely a
they-
different taste. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the difference
So,
between
like-
the Max and the Diet is like new and classic Coke.
Yeah,
Equivalently.
it's like a different recipe. Tastes different.
Sure. Well, that's what the big difference between Pepsi and Coke to start with is, right? I mean, and I'm a Pepsi man myself.
Have you ever done one of those Pepsi challenges where the blind taste testing things?
No, but I'm pretty sure I can tell the difference.
Everyone says. I did one when I was a teenager. I couldn't tell the difference at all. I thought I was going to be able to tell the difference, and at that point, I drank Coke most of the time, and I couldn't tell the difference at all.
See, I think of
Like,
Coke as
at
being more, I think of Coke as having more carbonation and being slightly less sweet and more like bitter or cola flavored. Pepsi being much sweeter and less carbonation. But I think they actually changed the recipes around here in the United States locally sometimes. Like maybe there's like 4 regions, that they break the U.S. off into, and they might be slightly different in each one. But again, hey, that might be something I'm just made up in my mind. That's why I like you, TJ. You call me out on my ignorance sometimes. I can value that.
Hey, I looked up the anthropological definition of a civilization. Do you want to hear it?
Sure, yeah, definitely.
So, to be a civilization, you need to have the following characteristics. You need to have urban centers, agricultural manipulation, storage, irrigation, and written language.
Nothing about specialization.
Nope.
Or femur bones.
Nope.
Or walls.
They don't care whether you look after it. Nope. You just need to be able to write. You need to have... Basically, you need to have like a village. You need to have some kind of an organized place.
See, I
and
thought
that's a
village
civilization.
was prehistoric. I thought, like.
I'm using that word very loosely.
Okay.
You need to have some kind of a organized
Group of people.
place where people live, where there's a center to it, and where people can communicate with each other in a written form.
All right. All that sounds reasonable. And more than just like, this one thing.
Yeah, you need to have. Yeah, you have to have all of those things. And storage, I thought, was a weird one, but I guess that makes sense, right? Like if you're just doing agriculture, but you're not storing those crops, you're not really. Oh, where are we going?
You're going to go into my moonshine thing? Yeah.
Okay.
I have a friend who told me that they thought maybe civilization was started because of we don't know why. I mean, it started in a lot of places, but we don't really know like why, or if there probably wasn't even a why. It just happened. But supposedly it was chasing alcohol. Like they were compelled to stay in one place because when somehow they experienced alcohol through grains that had been neglected or whatever. However,
The Story of Beer, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary? There's a documentary called The Story of Beer that tells that story.
Oh, no, I haven't. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
the
sounds
idea is
interesting, though.
That hops was one of the first agricultural crops, and therefore it was used to create agricultural, rudimentary beer, and those rudimentary beers, spawned language and all that. It's a pretty long-winded idea.
Well, I know
I'm not
that
sure that
I've heard of that with
subscribe
like psychedelics, like that when we were following, supposedly following like cattle, and then eating the mushrooms that that would grow out of the cattle shit, you know, which, I mean, I think it's natural for humans. Anything that like alters us or like steals a little bit of sobriety, even if humans don't know what's going on, they'll chase that, and then certainly chase it if they figure out how to do it. I mean, drug addiction is certainly a thing.
Oh.
Why is your...
It's glitching out. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to go into the Moonshine Speakeasy, and it said okay, but it didn't mean it, and I'm locked out of there, and that also locked me out of my horse. So
you're locked out of here with us. So we're in your speakeasy, but
cool. We'll try to stay in there for now. I couldn't get on my horse, so I ran down the hill, and I'm going to try to fast travel here at the.
Well, I'm trying to
station.
use this to get on top of the map. I'm trying to find it on top of the map spot. Because I feel that if I can get on top of the map, then I can snipe people from the sky.
Get on top of the map.
Yeah. So when you know how like they code a game and it's basically just a box and then all the elements are inside of the box?
Sure, yeah. You want to stand on top of the box?
Yeah. So I'm on the outside of the box right now, and now I'm trying to get on the top of the box. And then I should be able to fire down into the box onto the players.
The rest of your shack is fine. It's just when you go through the doors to the bar.
I can't get in.
Well, if you come out of the bar, Sarah, into that first room, you'll find a door that's not supposed to exist.
Oh.
Go out the door and you'll come off the map with me. That door's not supposed to go there. It's supposed to go somewhere else.
Oh, it's so bright and white. You're not there.
No, we're yeah, and then we should be able to find a hole here somewhere that'll let us climb up on top of them.
Oh, I can walk back
Sarah
in the
and
door.
TJ found a portal in my speakeasy that allows them to step through the membrane and out of the perimeters of the game.
But you can, choose heaven or hell. The dark room or the bright room.
I go in the bright room, but I can't even get into the speakeasy.
Oh.
Why do you reckon that is?
I'm black now. I have no. Oh, no, I'm good. I can't go anywhere once I'm outside. I can move probably about 5 to 6 steps each direction, and then it doesn't let me go any further.
Yeah, there's a box.
It's a prison.
You were inside of a box. We just have to find. So there'll be like a glitch somewhere on the box where one square isn't covered, and we just need to find that one square. It's invisible though. Doesn't help that it doesn't let you jump while you're here. Oh, there we can. Oh, now I'm jumping. Okay, great. Got jumping back. Oh, don't go back in there. I don't know whether I can get this back again. So where are you, Chris? You're just like locked into purgatory?
I'm just standing outside my my shack.
So do you want us to come out? And then we can restart it?
Well, hold on one second and let me see if I can try to get in one more time. But if not, then yeah, y'all can try to come out, or I can just go start a bounty hunt. Yeah.
The coat you're wearing reminds me of like an old school coat.
I still haven't seen your coat. Do you guys remember my my horse show? Hey, TJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember my horse show, TJ?
I do indeed.
You guys you really looked at each horse I think there's like 7 of them.
We did.
Yeah.
Weren't they beautiful?
I have 1 horse.
I mean, I'm
I
kind
have
of a
1
horse
horse.
person anyway, so. I like
Sarah
to
used to
see
be a
them.
horse trainer.
Oh yeah. Oh, what
So,
kind of water
when you talk
horse sports did you do?
No.
When you talk about horses, Sarah knows. How did you get up there? I'm trying to get up there.
I climbed on the roof.
Yeah, but how did you get on the roof?
Just
Where's
double
which
tap
point?
square.
But which point did you use to get on there?
On like the veranda bit.
You both climbed up next to each other. I saw you climbing at the same time as her, TJ. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not climbing. It keeps telling me I'm resting.
You're just not ape enough.
I guess not.
I can't climb up there either, but I'm glitching. I can't active. It still thinks I'm trying to get into the door. I called my horse, but my horse didn't show up, which means I gotta go get down the hill. Oh, I know what to do. Let me try. Oh shit! I can't even bring up my sidebar. Can you guys call in horses?
Yep.
Let's see if
What
I
if
can.
you turn on friendly fire and we kill you, and then you'll load back into the game?
Okay, I'll try that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, because I can't bring up my sidebar.
Oh, for it. Oh.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We can, if we don't have friendly fires off, so if we stand down from the posse. Oh, no, you're grayed out.
You're invisible.
All right. Stop for a second. I can stop, guys. I can ungray myself and make it to where y'all can kill me. But why don't you reload first? Because I'd like to see if I can kill the 2 of you first once we go live. So be sporting, and wait till I say I'm ready.
Okay, hold on. Just let me get my dynamite.
Oh, I can't even draw.
Right,
I can't draw. So, I don't know. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I'm live. Let's go. I can kill you both, I bet.
I don't even know where you are.
That's good.
Wish I could get on this roof.
You can't do it with your
Sarah,
gun.
get on the roof, Sarah.
I am on the roof. You're blind?
Can you see him?
No. Oh!
You just grayed out.
Yeah, that's why we can't see him.
I can see you, Chris, but you're grayed out.
Am I?
Like, not really.
I think it was. I think I'll gray out whenever I go toward when I get too close to the shack because it's my shack. But Sarah did not gray out because it ain't her shack. I guess. Can you still see me?
I didn't keep following you, and now I don't know where you are.
Man, I can't. Ugh. I can't pull my weapons. I've got a pistol in my hand, but I cannot bring up my weapon wheel.
Are you grey? I don't know if you're grey still. Come down to the road. Come down to these train tracks over here, so we can see you out in the open. Oh, you are down here. Oh no, that's not you. That's somebody else. Oh, he's glitching out bad, huh? Wow. That's interesting.
He's stuck.
That's another player?
He's riding his horse in the air.
Alan.
That's awesome. He's not touching the ground. He's like an inch off the ground.
Is he moving or is he just...
No, he's just like in one spot.
like on a treadmill.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
But he's like tipped forward. Yeah, that's what Jerry thinks of it.
Jerry's glitching out now.
Alright. I think I'm finally not, maybe now I'm finally not glitching because I was able to bring up my weapon wheel.
I'm stuck. Oh no.
Where are you? Where are you? I can't even see you anymore.
I'm hanging on to the guy.
No, you're not. You don't exist anymore.
I'm hanging on.
I'll put him out of his misery. Oh!
He doesn't have any misery.
You can shoot this guy in the head indefinitely. He doesn't die.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now. You like kind of crawled out from inside of him.
Gross.
It was kind of weird. Actually, I'm gonna save that. You know, like in those oh, what's that movie? You know that movie where
What movie?
you know there's he's got no head. We took his head off.
No way.
Oh, this is the best.
He's got a head in my thing.
He's legitimately got no head in mine.
You shot his head off?
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting shot in the head.
Can we do it to the horse?
Okay, hey. Oh, dang it.
Game is so glitchy.
Man.
DJ.
Lets me do it to you, not to this guy though.
Yeah, he's just...
Oh, you went inside of him again. What's that movie called? I feel like it's got... You know, it's got the satellite dishes in it. Oh, what's it called?
The satellite dishes.
that move around.
That guy's name.
Satellite dishes that move around. What does that mean?
No, they don't move around. It's got like, it's some dude, and you wouldn't expect him to play this role because he's the least scientific person you'd think, but he plays a scientist. I can't remember what his name is.
Yahoo Serious?
No, it's not him. It's not an Aussie movie. It's a Yank movie, and it takes place in South America.
You know, I take offense to that. I don't like being called a Yank. I'm a Southern United States person. And I know that y'all lump us all in, but you need to stop doing that. Check your privilege, Marx.
Oops,
Hey!
I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I pressed
Then why
square.
are you choking me out?
I pressed square, and it still killed you.
You guys didn't join my gang?
I tried.
You said you weren't. You said you were. We needed to kill you. I'm still waiting to kill you.
Oh no, I left.
Did you restart the game?
I did not. What I did is I fast traveled. Okay, y'all. I fast traveled in the hope that I could go to a new bounty board, and that work. But I've tested that theory and it did not work. This bounty board doesn't work either. However, I'm gonna fast travel one more time because this board I'm at, I've seen fail before. So, roads.
Our horses are dancing, TJ. Yes. What are you doing, TJ?
PG keeps sticking his finger in his mouth and then licking all over it and then wiping it on me.
All right, moment of truth. No, I can't get us into a bounty. I can't do that. So, what can I do? I don't know what to do. If I don't have access to that board, oh, I know what to do.
But it was Charlie Sheen that was in it, but not. Trying to find this movie still.
Is it an action movie at all?
It's like a sci-fi movie, I guess.
Not comedy, sci-fi. What year or decade? Like during the aughts or during the last decade?
It was in the 80s.
Oh, the 80s. Okay, not Weird Science, of course.
No, he goes down to South America for like a holiday, I want to say, and then he sees somebody getting what he thinks is mugged, so he goes to try to help, but then it's actually an alien like absorbing him.
Okay.
And then
he's
like,
not a
goes on
movie
about
star. He's a
satellites,
wrestler. It's
whatever.
Roddy Piper, and you're thinking of They Live.
No, not Obey. No, he's in South America, and then he's a doctor. He plays a doctor, he plays like a. He's not
Jeff
an astronomer.
Goldblum?
It's definitely not Jeff Goldblum. It's somebody who's going to remind me of Charlie Sheen in the day, so I don't know who.
Martin Sheen?
Kiefer
Maybe
Sutherland?
Martin Sheen. Maybe Martin Sheen?
Or, the guy who has Huntington's disease or whatever.
No, it's not, you mean Parkinson's disease? It's not Michael J. Fox.
I don't know.
Oh, this movie.
It's not Steven Seagal, is it?
And then he meets the girl, and like he goes back because he's determined that it's the aliens or something, and he meets a girl, and he falls in love with this girl that he only just met. Oh, what are we doing?
A lot in movies. We're gonna do a story mode. It'll pay out gold and maybe money. It's just a way to get to be lucrative a little bit, since I couldn't get into bounties, and I'm not thinking straight. I can't remember how to make money. I guess we could have gone to those stranger missions. I don't think either one of us look like a crack whore, Sarah. Either one.
Yeah, well, since they've updated it for you to change, I think, your skin to not look so scraggly, you're able to.
Well, I didn't pick any. Like there's like 3 different categories of like skin conditions. Like what disease do you have? How many times have you been had the shit kicked out of you? And maybe
there you are.
What is it? Your burns, your sunburns? I don't know.
Went wrong, Horley?
I went
These bastards know how
no
to fight.
for all of
Believe
them.
so.
I didn't want any damage.
Now, my mistress wanted
Yeah,
me
me
to thank
too.
you
But
for
when
your
they first
attention to her business.
like brought out this game,
I'm sure
like,
there'll be more.
could only
For now,
look really
goodbye.
disgusting.
And good luck, if luck is what you need.
My friends, we're nearly ready. Just one more
I
thing.
noticed that when I
We're
went
going
back
to need
and
an
changed
express
my
company
character, that
stagecoach.
recently
An express
added
company
some
stagecoach and some uniforms. There's a stage outside the jail in Strawberry, and there'll be some uniforms and a supply wagon out on the road nearby.
Have you guys done this before?
You all go do that, and I'll go get some supplies, and we'll meet back.
I don't know.
Worked with this guy?
I'm not
It
watching.
don't take too long.
I'm trying to figure out this movie.
It's not Steven Seagal or Chuck Norris.
No. So do you know? So when I say he would remind me of Charlie Sheen, you know I'm face blind, right?
Face blind is in like,
So,
you can't identify faces.
Correct.
Is that
So-
that's a form of autism, isn't it?
No. So when I think of people, I think of like, I think of hands, but I also think of like hairlines and chin lines. So it's somebody who's going to have like a hairline or chin line that's that's pretty similar to Charlie Sheen. I thought it was Charlie Sheen, but I guess I'm wrong.
Tom Cruise or anything like that.
It's
Christopher
definitely not gonna be
Lambert.
Tom Cruise.
You really don't know what I look like?
No, I don't know what I look like.
People finding me
I look in the.
shop.
I look in the mirror, and I know what I like. I know what I look like when I'm looking in the mirror, but I step away, and I don't know what I look like anymore.
Sarah, he doesn't know what your face looks like?
No, like he could walk past me in the shop and just, unless I go, hey, he doesn't have a clue.
That happens.
Do you look at faces?
I mean, not
Or like,
anymore.
do you have like something that like in? I know you don't have a soul, but you have like an ego or whatever. Is there something inside you that gives you an aversion to looking at a face? To where
Oh no. So
can't look at the face.
So like
or?
it's a part of my the part of my brain that creates that identifies facial patterns in people doesn't work. So the upside to that is I also don't see pareidolia. So when people are like, oh, it's a ghost in this thing, and it's actually just like some leaves or something, I'm looking at leaves and they're finding a face.
Can you do the 3D secret painting pictures
Nope.
from the 90s? I can't do those
Nope.
either.
So it's the pattern forming thing. Mine works differently. It doesn't pick up faces. It's not constantly trying to find a face. I guess the way to look at it, the way I've always explained it to people is, if I get 2 dogs and they have similar markings, can you tell which one's yours?
Okay.
Oh, that's what it's like for me with people. So like if there's a
That
big
sounds
difference
really
between
lonely,
you and somebody
TJ.
else.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, I don't. We don't really know each other, and I guess there's always part of me that thinks that you're constantly bullshitting me. But that sounds really lonely. I'm really sorry if that's a real thing and you're telling the truth. Which I believe you. I do believe you.
What are we searching for? A wagon?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta. We're gonna help out like a criminal. And once we do run through this, it might set everything back to normal, and I'll be allowed to access bounty boards. I always thought that like faces in the future, like if you follow the extreme of like how like sterile and like you know, just like separated from nature we get, like if we get to people where like people are like designed, you know, and nobody's gonna have disease, or you know, everyone will be beautiful because you're genetically, you know, picked out before you're an embryo. You follow what I'm saying? If you're living in climate control, then I mean, people might end up just going nude, right? If you're really never going outside and everybody is just like fucking perfect, that might lead to people wearing masks. I would think, like, and then you only really take your mask off when you're like, you know, with someone you're really close to.
Wait. Why are people going nude?
Because they don't.
We're not just
okay,
wearing
baby.
clothes because of climate, right?
Well, we might be wearing hats and stuff, but I mean, we certainly they wouldn't be wearing clothes to regulate body temperature at all. I know they wear it in the space station.
There's a social aspect to wearing clothes, right? Like, even if you're around like a beautiful person, you still don't want them to hang out naked because that would be weird, right?
That's not entirely.
No. There's like a social convention. Why is that social convention going to go away?
Well, I think you would answer that when you first you answer why you've got the convention. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, I got to get a towel for my kid. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just had a stampede of buffalo running at me.
They're bison.
Bison.
Like, why do we wear clothes? I mean, I know what the Bible says. I know what Genesis says.
Is her route that?
It's because of a woman.
I mean, we wear clothes. We wear clothes because
I gave the towels all the towels I have. I'm sorry. What, TJ?
We wear clothes because it increases social cohesion, right? Like, if it's more comfortable. There's good reasons to wear.
We wear clothes for all kinds of reasons. All kinds. But
yeah. So why is that going away?
Well, I guess because there's
I'm dead.
You might be right. You probably are right.
Oh. That was quick.
Y'all have both been killed?
I was just walking through town and then they started shooting me. I guess I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Probably my bad.
It's because you believe in clothes so much.
Probably. I mean, you might be right. We might become naked, but I just don't know.
Well, I think even
why.
more than that, if everyone like looks the same because everyone's being designed, people I think would still be maybe more likely to wear masks. Maybe.
But why would everyone be looking the same?
Because
you still want diversity, and also CRISPR's not cheap, so you're going to have like a haves and have-nots.
Well, that's probably true, but we would definitely be talking about the haves right now. We wouldn't be. I think things would look the same. I think people would. I think there'd be trends, just like people dress the same. Like men wear the same length tie for a while, and then gets, you know, a little fatter and a little shorter or whatever, but people want to be like everybody else. So
Wagons.
I'm not saying that like everybody's going to be like a twin or look exactly the same, but you're going to have less diversity, I think. You know, just like do you think that like on Fox News, should they allow strawberry blondes to be anchors? Because I do.
Yes.
I don't think that it should be, you know, just platinum blondes.
Why do they have to be blonde at all?
Well, now you're being extreme.
What?
I'm not saying that like brunettes should be anchors, but strawberry blondes. I mean,
what? You're just sticking your.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. But no, I did mean what I said about like I think everybody would tend to look the same, and it would probably change over time, right? I mean, like as different things come into favor.
I mean, if we could design people right, then
We're
we'd
gonna.
have like tails and shit.
What?
You
Say that
can't
again?
say that people aren't going to go. You can't say that people wouldn't be like, yo, grow me a tail or grow me some wings.
A third arm, yeah. I'm sure, but
Yeah,
that's
like this other
much
weird
further
shit.
off though.
We have to get this wagon out of here.
I'm sure that's coming, but that's probably like another 100 years or more before that's like
Do you
a
think
real
Do you think
thing.
we'll make another 100 years?
Well, this is all like with the premise that yeah, we're gonna survive as a species and even thrive, not backslide or fall back.
Are we gonna take the wagon? Or
Yeah, I was gonna, but I
take the
thought
wagon?
somebody was having trouble getting in. Maybe Sarah. I thought Sarah was trying to get in.
Stop. No, it's just stuck.
Well, I think let me see.
You can just back it up.
Yeah.
I did try to back it up, but it wouldn't do it.
How do you back it up? Because I don't know how to back it up.
Or R1.
Okay.
Go.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, we don't have to get into it because I don't want to defend it, but y'all know that, like, you know, I'm a man of faith and all, you know, like I believe in the divinity of Christ. One fun thing to ask, and I asked my wife this, and she told me shut up. She don't want to even talk about it because she has faith too, but she doesn't like to. She want to have to like wrestle with it. But if women really are being punished, you know, because of whatever, not that it's an apple, but there's some, you know, hidden reason and we don't understand, and whatever reason, but it's true, and they're being punished. That means all these poor female animals are also being punished, because I mean, half of it is physical.
How are women being punished?
Oh, by being.
You mean menstruation?
Yeah, menstruation and being weaker. I mean, like my wife doesn't really believe in the patriarchy. So, Sarah, you believe in the patriarchy? Like, you think that women get a short stick at all in Western society?
I think white women are the most powerful things in the world.
Well, fuck.
They are.
I wouldn't argue against that at all.
White women are absolutely. Whoa! White women are absolutely the most powerful people on the planet.
I think I agree with that, because I know that like they control me. One of them controls me, but
I mean, you could make punishment out of everything. You could say, oh, men are punished because they have their genitals on the outside of their body. Like, it's just ridiculous.
okay. Well, then I still think, man, I still believe in it. Because, I mean, like, I know we have, like, what, the Prime Minister of Germany's a woman, right? But most
Angela, yeah.
positions of power are held by men, right? Like official seats of power. Like, I do think that, like, most men that are bound to a woman, I do think the woman is usually probably calling the shots. Like, as far as,
I mean, New Zealand's Prime Minister's a woman. Our Prime Minister was a woman not very long ago.
So you think women have always been...
UK had Theresa May until very recently.
Okay, fair point, fair play. Do you think...
the Queen, you know...
Do the women in the third world, and do you think they live in patriarchy?
I think they've all got it shit in the third world. Doesn't matter what.
Well, yes, that's true. But do women have it worse? Do you think? Or before the advent of civilization, do you think women? What? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
The risk of dying through birth in third world is pretty crappy, but.
Right. Well, that's like before science, like. It was already bad, right? Like, isn't it just bad naturally if you don't have, like, all the science? So, okay. So then there's the punishment. Those poor animals are all being punished too then.
I mean, most animals don't die through childbirth, though. I mean, to be fair, if without medicine and science, we were all dead from polio and measles and smallpox and whatnot.
You don't think we'd have like a tribal existence? Like,
no,
with much smaller numbers?
I mean, like disease. We'd just
but our numbers are really
around in 1950 because of.
But our numbers are because of oil, not because of vaccines. Not that the vaccines couldn't kill everybody off, but oil's why we have so many people. Because oil's why we can grow the crops and.
I mean, that's probably what the US wants to think. Because they keep starting wars over it, but...
Oil got us so far, but without vaccination, and we wouldn't have, like, we'd still have people dying. I mean, think about it. Families used to be, 10, 15 children strong, but you'd expect only 3 or 4 of them to survive to adulthood.
I think that's why the homo. What's the fear of the homos? What's it? You know how like homosexuality is condemned, or what is it? Homophobia. That's built in for a long time, and that I think it's because of how many kids just didn't make it. Like that's why the religions put it in, because like every time you were, throwing your seed out with a man, well, that was a potential life that we need because babies die. But that's not the world we live in now, right? There's no reason to cut your foreskin off anymore either.
I think the big part of that is the same as any other kind of prejudice. People fear what's different. You're not the norm. Because it's not normalized socially, it's scary. The minute we normalized it socially, it became a lot less scary to a lot less people. To a lot more people. I mean, that's really what those protests in the 70s and 80s were all about, right? That they wanted to normalize homosexuality so that they'd be seen just as normal members of society. That's really what it's all about.
Well, sure. I mean, like, people should just be free to be themselves.
That's really what the whole idea of, I want to be able to get married, not have a special sort of ceremony just for us, because we want to feel included and normalized, same as everyone else. Oh, I'm down. I came into Strawberry. I couldn't see the guy. Does someone want to... No? We're gonna fail.
What are we supposed to be doing? Stopping the stagecoach?
I'm in Strawberry and I'm dead.
I'm in Strawberry. I'm close to dying, but I'm not dead.
Well,
I'll steal it.
I'm about to die. If somebody wants to save me, otherwise we're gonna fail.
I don't know
what I'm saying. Because we have 0 team lives left.
Save
so if
him,
I die,
Sarah.
we fail.
I don't know where you are.
I'm over near
Oh,
the
I see
bridge.
you.
I'm over near the bridge in Strawberry. I'm dead. Sorry.
That's okay. We retry checkpoint. Yeah, I want everyone to feel like that they're a part of the community. You know, definitely.
I feel like that's the same sort of idea. Like, you know, like immigrants are demonized very often because they're different. They have different ways of doing things, different cultural aspects. You know, sometimes they look very different, you know, styles of dress and whatnot. And so, because of that, people naturally move towards fear because it's different. And we've got a tribalized specter to ourselves, right? So, like,
Sure.
you're not part of our pack, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's natural.
Well,
I think
once you
xenophobia is built into people. I mean, it had to serve people in the past because I think wearing the wrong face paint or wearing the wrong hat or whatever, looking different could have gotten you killed. I think for a long time, you know. I mean, we have like what?
And I guess
300,000 years.
Combat.
I'm sorry?
I guess the way that we try to combat that is by, you know, normalizing those people, right? Making them feel included, and the more we include them as normal and normalize them in our society, the less scary they become, and the more we just incorporate them as part of our pack, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, right? I mean, it's what we've all agreed to, right?
Yeah. I think that's kind of the same idea with homosexuality, is that they're a bit different, so people feel a bit fearful of it. I might be really wrong.
Well, I mean, I don't think people are fearful of it here. I mean, I don't know.
I think people used to be very fearful of it, and I think because we've had a good 30 years of normalization, slowly, that people are much less fearful. It's normalized, and that's kind of what they're trying to do with the the whole I choose my gender thing now.
Yeah, I think that's a different thing. I don't.
I mean, from a psychological standpoint, like the same factors that make people ready to reject that are the same that make people ready to reject anything new.
Well, I don't know. I mean, gay shit, people being gay, or dudes being into dudes, or women preferring women. That's been around forever, and you can never make that go away. But the gender stuff, I mean, you have to have a lot of resources. You have to have high science to change, a biological man into a woman, or vice versa. So I think that's a huge gap between those things. Plus, you can always just, not that anyone would, you could always just like decide you're not going to be gay anymore, right? Like, even if you can't make your feelings change, you could not be sexually active. But kids that
you're still going to be gay, right? Even if you.
Well, sure, but children who might change their sex, you can't really undo that. Like you can stop having.
I don't mean like an operation. I mean, like, you know how people are now on about labeling themselves in different ways.
Well, okay, like pan or
choose what you call
poly
me.
or whatever. I mean,
You know, or even just simply like, oh, you're going to call me he or she, even though you haven't changed anything physically about yourself. You're going to decide yourself, or they or them as well. Like I'm non-binary. That thing, like that's now an option in forms. Are you on non-binary? That has to be there now.
yeah. And I guess that's for what? What do you think I mean, that's got to be for like to try to destroy like gender, I guess, right? Gender differences, which I like. I mean, like I'm drawn to really feminine women, and I like masculine men. You know, I guess androgyny isn't really appealing to me, but I want people to be whoever they want to be.
I feel like they.
You're going the wrong way.
What, Sarah?
You're going the wrong way.
Who's in the wagon?
I'm in the wagon. Am I going the wrong way?
Yeah, the opposite direction.
I've got a waypoint. I must be going around a mountain or something. I've got a yellow waypoint. The drop off says yellow.
On my map it says you're going the wrong way. The waypoint's going the other way.
I looked at it in the map, yeah, but it's right. I'm gonna go around this river crest. Well done. I'll pay you for it. Yeah, like a world where the differences between men and women are less pronounced. That's not appealing to me. Which I'm not saying there's a conspiracy in the gender noun stuff to make that happen, but I'm sorry, TJ. What did you say?
I said I'm not. It's not appealing to me either. I was just bringing it up because I'm saying that's the same normalization tactic that is used to change that psychology is the same one being used by that group now who want to.
Yeah, it's a little more accelerated though because of like the way we consume media, like the gay stuff, the gay like learn to love the gay stuff. That started in like what, like the late 80s or early 90s?
70s. 70s. 100%
okay.
70s.
Well, it's still a much slower burn, I think.
That's true, but I think part of the reason it's so accelerated is because they attach themselves to the gay positive.
Yeah, right? And you know, I'm not a hater, but I feel bad for those poor gays having to take that burden on.
Like they kind of, you know, like it used to just be the LBGQ, and now that it's like a mile friggin' long. Everyone who has a cause has stuck themselves onto it.
Look, I want to be friends with y'all, but I'm in full disclosure. I'm pretty sure I'm a TERF. Like I don't think like men should be allowed in the women's spaces once they start. Well, yeah, sometimes, but not like vulnerable women. Like I don't think that someone who has a dick should can say that they feel like a woman or are a woman and get put in the dorm with the I don't want that.
No way.
Well, that
and I don't want women doing in with men either. I don't want
that happens a lot less often, but sure, yeah, tit for tat. We should all follow the same rules. That's not how it works over here, though. I mean, like women are.
I'm 100% down with like gender roles the way they are. I'm perfectly fine with them. I don't know why they have to change, but apparently they do.
Yeah. It's got to be just because of how many of this there are, and just like it's got to be chemicals or environmental or something. Plus, just people feel empty. I mean, like we used to have religion to give us purpose, and I don't know where people get purpose from. I get purpose from my family and friends and my faith, but I do think everybody's looking for purpose, and not everybody's finding it. Maybe.
I think it's less purpose. I think it's more community. Right? Like we used to have very strong community ties, and some people find that in church. But I think that, or in a place of worship. But some people find that in a club, or they find that in belonging to a particular ideology.
A team.
Yeah, right? Like, people are ultimately tribalistic. They want to belong to a tribe. They want to belong to a social group. And without that sense of community, you just get isolation.
Yeah, we're definitely getting isolated. Well, it's gonna be even better now. More isolation now with the Corvid.
So, meet me in San Denis.
Well, you know, like,
finish this thing one way or another.
Consider video games, right? So video games went from an activity that was primarily done in a social setting with people next to you, and they had all the social gathering aspects that came along with that, and they moved to online primarily.
2007.
And now they're moving to VR, right? And VR is even more isolated.
Sure.
Like online, like Sarah and you and I can play, and Sarah and I can sit next to each other and still have some kind of social aspect. But VR, you're just walled off completely.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one. I know Tristan has one. I think probably eventually it may be the only way, but I don't know. That might be like me saying clothes are going away. But I was thinking like probably they aren't even going to do video games on TVs anymore. If that's the case, I'll probably have to get a VR set. But I've resisted it. Because, like, for the reasons you said, like, I already play enough, like, and it separates me enough to... Am I alone now? Can y'all not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, like, my friend Charles, I tried his VR set in Houston, and...
Oh, you mean Chuckles?
Yeah, Babylon, Chaz Babylon. Chuckles, yeah, Chuckles Babs. I
haven't heard from Chuckles in ages.
I think he's mad at me right now, because I won't let him come over. I see him. I usually see him like once a week. We're friends. But now the Corvid's here, my family's here, and so we're not getting to hang out. But anyways, he had a VR headset, and I tried it out, and I thought I was in for like 30 minutes maybe, and I didn't want to. The game wasn't even that compelling. It's very dumbed down. I was playing like the tutorial or moving stuff with my eyes, but when I came out, I had been in for over 45 minutes, and I thought I hadn't even been in for a half hour. And when I got out, I didn't want to get out. I was like, this is so much fun. Come on, really, you got to take this off. And if I just had one, I already play too many of it video games, so I'm gonna put off getting that headset for as long as I can.
Have you watched the developer conference for PlayStation when they were releasing their VR headset, and when they were discussing their goals?
No, I never watch like those press conferences and stuff.
So inside of that conference, they were talking about one of the driving forces behind it is that it further pushes you to sell more units. So you have to have more copies of games. You have to have one of these headsets per person. So it's not just another console.
It's a controller.
You need to
selling more product.
So now you need. So you're selling more headsets, you're selling more specialty controllers, more cameras, but then also the games they have to sell more too. It's all about finding a way to isolate you and keep you trapped in a game as long as possible, in a way that's going to make you spend as much money as possible.
Sure. Yeah. See, it's almost diabolical, really. But what can you do? I like video games. But at least I feel like I'm onto it. You know, I mean, like I know it's a. You know, I know religion is a system of control as well. And clothes.
The gaming industry is now worth more than music and movies and books combined.
Wow. Wow.
Every year.
You read many books?
I listen to audiobooks mostly.
You read, Sarah? Oh.
I think it's Poseidon that's playing instead.
Oh, hey, Poseidon. You reading yet, Poseidon? Well, we can do a legendary bounty.
Let's do a legendary bounty. PG will be able to hold his own. He's very good at video games.
Who? Oh, PJ?
Poseidon?
Poseidon?
Yeah. He'll be able to do he'll be able to hold his own in a legendary bounty.
Okay.
He's only 3, but he's very good at video games.
Is he mic'd up? Can he hear me?
He can hear you, but I don't think he can talk back, and he probably wouldn't anyway. He's quite shy.
All right. Let's see.
What's the name of that?
We're gonna do Etta Doyle. What kind of audio books do you listen to? Do you listen to fiction or nonfiction? Can I guess before you tell me?
Go.
I would guess nonfiction. I
like to listen to like businessy kind of books and psychology books and like books about business and handling people and all of that sort of stuff. And I
usually read fiction,
economics books, law books, that sort of stuff.
I usually read fiction. But
I collect books. I collect physical books.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I just have to go put lunch on. Got work this afternoon.
What time is it there, Chris?
9:18.
All right. Etta Doyle.
I have a stack of books that I have in order of like how I'm gonna go through reading them.
But seems to have a particular fancy for robbing Leviticus.
My next book is nonfiction.
So his men have
I have books so old I wouldn't even begin to try to handle them.
Tipped her off about a big stash of money and ammunition.
Yeah, I don't really like collect like rare books or aesthetic books.
Bounty hunters their way. Just be careful.
I pick out books like nonfiction books or
No, this must be them.
like I like to read old war text. I pick those out, and then the fiction books I read, my wife picks out for me.
You don't want his name anywhere near this for reasons I'm sure you can understand. Just wants it dealt with quick.
Right now I'm reading Shadow and Claw.
Ensconce yourself in here. Now wait till they bust.
What's it about?
It's after like I guess it's set in the far future of Earth. And it's almost like you know, like Sword. There's technology left over from like I guess thousands of years before. It's always in the background. Sometimes it's used. They don't understand it. And it's about like an executioner. who's banished from his guild of torturing, and basically it's just, I think he's going to end up becoming like a king, something. It's really hard to read because like some books use a lot of, I don't know how this sounds, but some books use too many words, you know? Like you could say this in like a third of this many words. Some books just like to use a lot of language, and it's one of those books. And he also makes up a lot of stuff too, like makeups like titles, and they're not explained, or terms or objects that just aren't explained. And I have to reread some of it sometimes. And then, like some books practically read themselves, you know. But I'm almost done with it, and I'm excited about the next book I'm reading, which is nonfiction. But it's about the premise is that human sexuality. I mean, I think most people don't think it's really supposed to be monogamy, I guess. But its premise is that we're designed for multiple men on one woman, and that was what our social cohesion was formed out of. But I haven't read that book, so I mean, like, I could be totally misrepresenting it.
Hey, I found the name of that movie.
Oh, so you know the actor?
It was Charlie Sheen. I was right.
So is your facial thing a real thing, and was that all just like a lead up to it was always Charlie Sheen?
No, my facial thing is a real thing.
Okay.
The movie's called The Arrival.
I think I saw that. I think I saw it. And is it really 80s? It's 90s though, isn't it?
It's
like
96.
Yeah.
It's
See,
96.
I would have probably called it if you hadn't put the 80s on it. I'm very interested in dates. Like, it's a game that I play with myself constantly, and I get my family to play with it sometimes, but I'm always trying to pinpoint when media was from, like what year, like what decade, or even better, what year. Like copyright dates. I'm very interested in those.
I was thrown by his clothes. His clothes look very, very 80s in this movie. But maybe they don't.
Well,
this kid looks 90s.
It felt like fashion was like rapidly changing in the 80s and 90s, and even maybe the beginning of the aughts. But when I look back at media, it's such a slow burn. Like mid 90s now to me, this far out, mid 90s stuff almost looks like 80s stuff. Like, were women really wearing fucking shoulder pads in the mid 90s? I think they were.
Were they? I don't remember that.
I don't remember it either, but I think you can find it if you look at movies from then.
Maybe movies. But definitely, like, normal people weren't.
Maybe not. Or maybe y'all are our foreigners.
Glasses.
Say, what's that?
I remember giant glasses and very ugly sweaters.
I just got my first pair of glasses ever. I got cheaters. My eyes fell off. Like, I thought
your eyes fell off.
Well, my vision fell off. Like, I thought I was drinking too much, because like I started having trouble like just focusing on stuff, and for a few months I thought, fuck, really, am I losing? First I thought I was over drinking, then I thought, oh, you're getting old so you can't handle alcohol like you used to, and then finally most people probably would realize right away, it's like my eyes are just failing. It's the thing that happens to old timers. So I got to go to the glasses place. My wife has always needed glasses, but she doesn't like to spend money on herself or take care of herself. So I could never get her to go get glasses, even though she really, really needed them. And then she started riding me for glasses. Like, you need to go get glasses. Like, as if I'm going to go get glasses when you won't get glasses for years. Which pushed her to get to get glasses. And we made an appointment. And after we made the appointment, we went in and we did it. And then they said it would take 2 weeks to glasses to come in. They called me 2 days ago, said you better come get your glasses right now. They just came in, and today's the last day we're handing out glasses because, you know, the great collapse has begun. But I got my glasses. It's a stroke of good luck. It really is. Nick of time.
So it's your first pair of glasses, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I say that because you said big glasses. One of my pair, I got 2 pairs. One of them were big. Oh, sorry, Sarah.
Alright, you can get me. Try not to shoot the actual...
I have glasses, but I don't wear them.
I've always had great vision, always. And I really took it for granted.
It's not short or long sightedness. I don't have any of that. I don't have those sorts of vision problems.
It's your facial recognition?
No. I have corniconus.
I don't know what that is.
Believe it. So it means that you know how the cornea of your eye is supposed to be like a dome?
Sure.
Like you have that protective layer over your eye.
Yeah, like a giant contact lens, only made by you.
Yeah, well mine's more pyramid shaped. And progressively as I get older it becomes more and more pyramid shaped. So that makes...
And you're saying that your very real inability to pick out faces of loved ones is not connected at all to the fact that you have a pyramid eye instead of a globe eye? They're unrelated things?
Yes, they're completely unrelated things. One's in the brain and one's physically in my eyes. But it means the world is distorted.
That's very strange, TJ.
I'm a very strange kind of person.
So your vision is like looking through a kaleidoscope, like kind of shattered?
No, you know, like a perspective painting. How if you make like a perspective drawing.
Oh, like the vanishing point. You pick your vanishing point and line everything up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how the sides go in.
Sure.
Well, if I look at like a doorway, what I'll perceive as a straight line is actually like a crooked line like that. So when I put my glasses on, doorways look as if they're a perspective drawing. For like 2 weeks. It takes about 2 weeks for everything to adjust while putting my glasses on. And then I've adjusted again and I can
Are these
see
like
everyone
special
else.
glasses?
But I don't like wearing them.
They look like regular glasses?
They look like regular glasses. They're not like, you know, they look like regular glasses. They're just the lens on them is warps everything to the right amount to stick it back in the right perspective, I guess.
That is so bizarre.
Yeah. You know, in that 2 weeks, I just have like a constant headache for 2 weeks as my eyes readjust to everything, and it's not fun, so I just don't bother wearing them.
Can they make contact lenses that do that too?
They can, but I'd have to get them special. Like I couldn't get like over-the-counter like disposable ones or anything like that. They'd have to be specially made.
Oh, I forget they make those.
And I don't like things like I have a weird like thing against putting things in eyes. I don't like. It freaks me out when people touch their eyeballs and stuff.
Oh man, I got some
put
pictures I can send to you. Can I send you some images that'll disturb you?
Please don't.
Videos of broken ankles too while cycling.
Don't, no. You know, I used to ride, like go cycling all the time. I was in high school, I was in like, this sport called pedal pre, which is like you build this vehicle and you race it around, under pedal power, and my friends and I were always doing like downhill mountain biking and stuff like that. Like we would always do like crazy stuff. And then I watched that stupid Tosh.0 TV show, and like every episode for weeks he had like a video of someone on a bike breaking their ankle, and ever since then I haven't been on a bike.
You're letting Daniel Tosh like manipulate your reality.
Well, it's not so much that I let him manipulate my reality as I freaked out after seeing like 20 different videos of people breaking their ankles on 20 different days. And I was kind of like, woo.
That's not somebody I would,
won't do that.
You know, I like to think about like celebrities. I mean, I guess I always frame celebrities in one of two ways. Like, do I want to party with this person or not? And I think I don't think I wouldn't party. If I could, like, if said, hey, you can go party with Daniel Tosh tonight, I wouldn't do it. I don't think he's cool.
You wouldn't?
I think he's super smart. I think he's funny, but I think he's mean. And I don't like mean people, man.
I would party with Daniel Tosh.
I think you would, yeah.
I feel like he probably would have some pretty funny pranks. I like
you're
pranks.
into that sort of thing.
I was saying to Sarah yesterday that I think that the government should have a thing where every year they're mandated that on April Fools all the government departments have to play a prank on everyone. That'd be pretty cool. Just to see like the creativity that they come up with, like every year, try and fool everyone. I was also saying, and I mean,
they'd get harder every year.
It would. That's why they'd have to be even more creative. It would be very awesome.
So you're a fan of April Fools, TJ? You like to prank your family and friends?
I am. I enjoy pranking.
Yeah.
I think pranking is very fun.
Yeah, I too think pranking is very fun. Real, recognize real, TJ.
I was saying to Sarah, I was suggesting to Sarah some options for how we should. Sorry, that was me that died.
That's all right. We're gonna exit out.
I was suggesting to Sarah that some options, and she thought they were all pretty mean, for how to prank Hades on April Fools. First, I said we should get like a balloon and stick like a mask or something on it and put it up in his closet, and then put a Bluetooth speaker in there too. And then in the morning we could, like in the middle of the night towards the morning, we could just get it to play like Grudge Kid noises. But like it was like peeking out the door.
Yeah. You would really do that?
Yes. And then I said
how
we
many
should
kids
wake
have you
him up
raised?
in the mid. Up you. And then Sarah said that was a bad idea, so I was like, okay, what about if we wake him up in the middle of the night and convince him that like something's going on? Or
DJ.
Or when he wakes up in the morning, we'll just like have everything in the house like aged a bit and put like prosthetics on so we look older, and just convince him that he's been in a coma for the last 10 years.
You know, that's too involved, and he's too young. Yeah, I mean, I guess everybody's got a little bit of meanness in them.
He's 11 this year.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting your kids confused. That's that's kind of funny. Yeah. I was thinking you were talking about PJ.
No. Hades. He's 11 this year. I feel like it'd be an uphill battle to try to convince him that he's been in a coma for a while, or that any of those things. I feel he'd see through my bullshit pretty quickly.
Our last, not this last one, but the one before that, the April Fools actually fell on Easter. It probably happened in Australia as well. Do y'all remember? I know y'all aren't. Do you recall that? April Fools and Easter the same day? It's like 2 years ago or so. My kids were so sweet and loving, and they're very like affectionate to me, and they were just as much so or more so very loving. Brought me some coffee in the morning on April Fools, also Easter, and the coffee they gave me, man, they must have really spent a lot of time dissolving the salts into it, because I mean, like, it wrecked my mouth for a little while, because it was like drinking liquid salt. It was so bad. But later that day, I sent them out on their. Y'all know what an Easter egg hunt is? Where you send the kids out to hunt for eggs you've hidden. I let them hunt for eggs for like over an hour, not much longer than an hour, because my wife thought I let it go on too long. I didn't hide any eggs. Like, they looked for eggs that were not there for over an hour, and I felt awesome about it, especially since they met me with that salt coffee. But I'm telling you that story just to tell you that, like, yeah, I like pranking too.
One year, my eldest emptied out my toothpaste, and he refilled it with a mixture of soap and salt.
That's pretty good. I put salt in the sugar shaker, but that's not that big a deal. This guy drew on me. Yeah. This motherfucker. I killed him, but this guy just decided to like attack me because I'm a live player. I can't wait for him to respawn and loop back.
Are you guys all idle?
I'm not idling.
I got kicked out. It says... Okay, good.
Are you back?
It was saying that... but I can join again now. It was saying that Tristan was still playing and everyone's idle.
That's weird.
I guess it was just PlayStation taking its time.
Do you guys do Godfathers in Australia?
I mean, religiously people do. We don't have godparents.
I'm a godfather.
It's something that has to happen.
As of yesterday.
I did see that post, yes.
It made me feel a little weird. I mean, in a good way. My friend that
You're now responsible.
That asked me to do it.
You're now responsible for another kid, Chris.
Right? Yeah, and still no sons. He reads instruction manuals. Like, we were talking about what we like to read.
I used to read instruction manuals. They're pretty good. What's going on here? Why is everyone shooting everyone? Who's Morgan? Is this a horse I should be reviving?
No, murder them.
I
didn't realize there was more than one, but there's like 3. I killed a couple of them before I realized that there was several of them. You wanna get into it with them, or you want me to parlay quick?
No, let's get into them with them, but we'll press charges first. Yeah, sure, let's get them. I was just being nice. I just helped them revive their horse and did all nice things, and then they decided to be jerk-offs.
There's 3 of them. Do we have Sarah? Sarah, are you with us? Nope.
I'm sure we can take them.
Yeah, I just need a second to get my gear together. I don't think I'm carrying the correct gun. It keeps changing my gun on me, and I don't understand why. Sarah is with us. And then TJ, why would you kill her? She killed one
I
of
didn't
them.
mean to. I meant to kill this other guy. It's PJ. It's not Sarah.
Ah. All right. Oh no. Dang it. This is not good. Like, I don't have decent ammunition to deal with these guys. I need to go to the gunsmith. Where is that? Oh, good. He's close. Oh, but I'll have to fight first.
Are we in a posse? I'm not in your posse.
Welcome back.
You're not.
You must have been traveling for a while.
That's why I was able to kill Sarah. Well, PJ. Okay, let's go kill this idiot who keeps killing PJ.
I'm just buying some bullets, and then I think one of them is waiting outside for me. So.
You ever thought about getting
Hold on, I'll come over to you and.
I keep telling you it's me, and you're just not listening.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you.
I couldn't hear you until just now.
No, but I'm just talking to him in real life.
I can't hear you. I can't hear anything outside of my headphones.
Oh, okay. I'm just eating lunch as well, so that's why I just took the mic off. Sure, Chris, or you don't need to hear me crunching.
Glad to see you're taking care of it. So many people don't.
Oh, is it lunchtime? Oh. Yeah, no one's out the front here, Chris.
Okay, I just finished up. He was behind. Are they? Okay, there they are.
Wow,
Okay.
I just killed them.
You sure did. Like, you or PJ have been killing a lot of them. Alright, I want to try to take the... Oh, this person is... I just killed that person, but they glitched in front of me. Like, they weren't there on my radar, and then suddenly they were directly in front of me. I mean, I killed them, but... I only see 2 on my map now.
Yeah. I think they don't like being beaten, so they left. Although some of them have turned blue now.
Yeah, I think what it is if there's not hostility for a little while, they'll turn blue, which I don't really like, because then you can think that they're someone else, someone maybe it's not setting themselves against you. Dang, it got you right when you came back. I'm starting to hear the gunfire.
I wish you could see where people are.
What?
Just normally.
Two, four, one. Ooh, going across this bridge is gonna make me vulnerable. Oh, hey, is that my people?
Uh-huh. Oh, some moron just got me. He's up on a hill somewhere, up on a building.
I see him. Are you hurt? Was that one of you? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go again, but I think I'm gonna have to knock off here in just a second, guys. Oh, but look, Tristan's back on.
Come on. Is this your horse, Sarah? Are you riding my horse?
I can't compete with a rolling rock rifle. It's just, it can shoot you from too far away. Oh man, these people are not showing on my radar.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay, I'm gonna parlay. I gotta go, guys. It's getting late. And, I really, as always, I enjoy playing games with y'all. It's a crazy world with the Corvid, but it's neat to sit here and play with you people.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you for the invite. We like playing.
All right. Well, that's it. We're still on for next week, right? And I will see you then.
We are indeed.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. Good night.